chewing gum.
Sounds like you need Adobe Sign orchestrated by CDW to securely automate e-signatures and workflows across devices from anywhere. Integrating with existing tools, Sign can save your organization time, money, and miles.
Thank goodness. I can finally take these shoes off.
No. Back on. IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Find out more at cdw.com/Adobe Sign.
KHOW News Time, 10:03.
Children's Hospital Colorado is declaring a mental health state of emergency for kids across the state. The hospital made the declaration yesterday after seeing a rise in emergency room visits for children who have attempted suicide. Mental health emergency visits rose 90% across the hospital system last month. Basically, all you need now to get into college is a high school transcript. Yesterday, Governor Polis signed House Bill 21-1067, which allows public colleges and universities in Colorado to opt out of requiring applicants to take SAT or ACT tests to be admitted.
It's better to have a holistic approach to admissions, not just based on a test score.
Officials at CU and CSU praised the move as a way to increase diversity and reduce barriers in the college admission process. The governor signed the bill before announcing the Colorado Cashback Program, a chance to win a weekly drawing of $1 million if you received a COVID vaccine. The Arapahoe County Fair is back this summer. It's set for July 22nd through the 25th. $15 will include unlimited carnival rides, concerts, rodeos, and a fireworks show on the final 2 nights. That's the latest. I'm Chuck Clark.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rocket Mortgage. From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, the biggest delay I'm seeing right now is with some emergency bridge inspection work along I-76. Both sides of I-76 impacted with slowdowns, making your approach to the Highway 6 Commerce City exit. So delay there. Now, the good news is I-25, I-70, 6th Avenue, all checking in clear, as is C-470. Denver weather mostly cloudy today with a slight chance of thunderstorms, a high of 80. Tonight's low 51, and for tomorrow, sunny with a 20% chance of afternoon thunderstorms and a high of 76. Currently, it's 63. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 KHOW.
When you're ready to buy a new home and want a mortgage lender who can help you plan with certainty, Rocket can. Get personalized loan options, closing costs, and tax estimates all in real time? Rocket can. Rocket Mortgage.
Time to get your AC checked before it's too hot to bear. Fix It 24/7 has a deal for you. Clean, check, adjust, and practically refurbish the AC and furnace too for just $68. That's both services. And since they work together, it makes sense. Plus, you won't find a better price for the extensive work and deep cleaning anywhere. FixMyHome.com. That's FixMyHome.com.
Fix It 24/7. You'll be there on the job.
This is Micah Lewis, General Manager at Maximum Auto Search. We need inventory. I'll give you more for your car than CarMax, Carvana, or anyone else. Get the most at Maximum. MaximumAutosearch.com. That's MaximumAutosearch.com.
Ask a simple question. Ask everyone you know what matters to them. Work the angles. Question authority. Favor facts over conspiracies. And trust standards over hearsay. At MSNBC, this is who we are.
My mother was very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Denver's talk station has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Water. That's water. Enter it now at KHOW.com. Keep listening to win with a $12K a day giveaway. This is the Troubleshooter Show.
Help, I need somebody.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling.
Hi, Tom Martino, your Troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Listen, we have 2 issues I want to get right to. One of them is a little hard to believe with a truck. I got to get this problem on the air. This is just too unbelievable. I'm going to let everyone decide for themselves. We had a guy on the Sleaze Brigade. His name was Jeff Jolliffe, and he was with All American and a host of other names. And he was on the Sleaze Brigade because we've had numerous complaints over the past year about him taking money and doing substandard work or not honoring warranties, okay? Now, He claimed he had some problems here or there, but he has mostly satisfied customers. And in a nutshell, he wasn't taking responsibility, saying, look, I'll take care of it. So this guy that called, Charlie, had a 2008 Chevy Silverado. He took his transmission in to be rebuilt. And he took it into All-American. Now, All-American, Jeff Jolliffe, said, we're going to honor the warranty. That's after we got involved. At first, he was telling the guy, look, you have a lifted truck, and that's what caused it to fail. But after hearing our transmission people, even though that's possible, he didn't have an exclusion in his warranty. So he said, we'll take care of it. And we thought, you know what? We're going to take him off the sleaze brigade because, he doesn't sound like a complete ripoff. We want to help him, and give him a chance. So Jeff Jolliffe was on the show and decided he was going to take care of the warranty. And we thought everything was cool. So Charlie dropped his key off because the truck was there. Is that right? Now, Charlie, your Silverado was there. Why did you drop off a key? Didn't you leave the key when you left the truck?
Yes, I left the key there.
Oh, okay. Well, then, what is this about?
When I left the key there.
Okay,
when
Charlie.
I dropped off the truck,
okay.
And then I took.
Charlie, hold on. So,
yes,
why did we say he dropped off the key?
Well, he was just going to say, then he took the key back.
Then he took the key back. Then he went back and gave him the key.
Last night, after our phone call yesterday.
So after Jeff Jolliffe agreed to fix the transmission under warranty, you went back and handed him a key. Is that right?
Yes, he wasn't in a very good mood when I showed up. He told me he didn't want to see my face, in a bad way.
But he agreed to fix your truck, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
then, when did we find out the truck was stolen?
He called me this morning.
And said, oh, Charlie, your truck is stolen.
He said that my truck was missing on top of another truck.
Now listen. Now people, I don't know. I don't believe in coincidences. I don't. The very time this guy drops off his key, that truck goes missing. He said it was stolen. He calls the police. But here's one scenario. Jeff is pissed off at Charlie. There's no way I'm doing this transmission. Screw him. Hey, come hook this truck. Get rid of it. Then he keeps the key and says, your truck's missing. I even called the police and reported it, and I still have the key. So it must have been broken into. And Deputy Dan heard that and said, well, yeah, it sounds logical to me. He kept the key.
If I had to hear Dan say that one more time.
Dan, I'm just kidding. But
no,
what did
Dan
you say?
said after he talked to him, he truly thinks it was a coincidence.
Is this
I find it
here?
unbelievable.
So Jeff is the one that called the cops. And he also said if...
Would you call the cops if you wanted to stage a burglary?
Wait. And if Charlie fills out a police report, he can get the video from across the street.
I don't know.
Okay, hold on. Well, hold on. How do we know in the video it's not an operative? How do we know it's not an operative?
It's going to be a tow truck pulling up and taking it. That's what we're going to find out.
Okay, so what? How do we know that Jeff didn't arrange it?
Well, he said the video was so good, you should be able to see a license plate on it.
So Jeff is willing to go after the guy that did it because Jeff says it was really stolen.
Well, the police will go after him.
Is the caller, are you going to fill out a police report, man?
You got to, Charlie.
I called the... I had Corporal Montoya.
Now listen, I want to ask people right now. Now the other scenario is that Jeff Jolliffe took the key, had every intention of replacing or fixing the transmission, and it truly was stolen, coincidentally, that very night. It's been there how long, Charlie? How long has your truck been there?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Now listen to this, folks. 2 weeks his truck is at All American. Where is that located?
9369 Federal.
9369 Federal. Okay, so now it's at 9369 Federal, and it was there for 2 weeks. Then we call Jeff Jolliffe. He agrees under some pressure. He's going to replace the vehicle. Fix the transmission. You drop off the key.
Yes.
And now, this morning, the truck is mysteriously stolen. Now, this is, in my opinion, the most ridiculous story I have ever heard.
What about there was another vehicle stolen, Tom? Does that change your mind at all?
No, I mean, look at if I was gonna stage something, of course, I would say, hey, by the way, hook that one too, because what we need to do is show that this was taken, and I'm gonna call police and keep the key. I mean, what idiot wouldn't do that?
And who would steal a vehicle that doesn't work?
It's not that. Oh, you're talking. Yeah, that's right.
Not his.
That's right. They
doesn't even operate.
They didn't steal it because it didn't work. They stole it because they're pissed off at Charlie.
And if this guy had insurance, this could be the best thing that ever happened to him. He'd be getting paid.
Do you have insurance, Charlie, on that?
I just bought the truck, and I was getting in the process of
those words I was getting. Hey, let me ask you.
You told me it lapsed, Charlie.
Charlie, did your insurance lapse?
Who cares? He doesn't have
I do care for Charlie. Charlie's a victim here.
No, I know that. Who cares what happened to the insurance? He doesn't have it. His truck's gone. He is out, man.
What about Jeff Jolliffe's insurance? Would that cover it at all?
No, not really. I don't think
Not unless he left that key in it, but apparently the key's at the shop.
People, really, is this too much of a coincidence or not? Now listen, of course we don't know if Jeff Jolliffe did it. But would you ever take your car to Jeff Jolliffe, an All-American? Does he go back on the Sleaze Brigade? I need a vote. I need a vote. Mark, does he go back on the...
I didn't know he was off.
I took him off because he sounded like he was being cooperative. He had an answer for everything. And listen, while I may not like him, or I shouldn't say like him, it's not personal. While I may not send something to his shop, and I may not recommend him, the Sleaze Brigade is for those who are just incorrigible. Those people who have ripped people off in such a way...
We don't know if the guy has anything to do with the missing truck at this point, so then I'd say no. But if the cops get involved, we see the video, and it traces back to him, my God, we've got to do more than put him on the Sleaze Brigade.
Absolutely.
It's too quick. Go ahead.
So basically, I'm telling you...
Go ahead, Charlie, you're skipping out. Say it again.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can. Go ahead.
So basically, he calls me this morning and tells me the truck was stolen on top of another truck that was stolen. So the other truck guy that had issues with him said he had issues with him. It was a Dodge pickup. So he tells me it's a Dodge pickup. Then he tells me that the kid turned in a police report that it was stolen. And for some coincidence, that police report got switched over, that the guy actually went and picked up the truck last night on his own. And then mine ends up missing. And then Jeff tells me that, in the last 2 days, there have been 3 trucks stolen. Isn't that a coincidence that 3 trucks have been stolen since Monday? And now it's Wednesday. Weird. My gosh.
No, actually, if that happened... that would go toward his credibility, not against it. If truly he had that many thefts in the area.
Right. Yeah, but he said that the kid called in and canceled it and said he went and picked it up. I even talked to Corporal Montoya that's working on my case.
Well, listen, I want to know what people think. That's what I want.
You
can call, if you want to call me, honest to God, you know what? I depend on my audience. A lot of them email me or comment on Facebook or YouTube, or so that's the way you do it. Dan, let me know if we get comments on YouTube or Facebook. Okay, let me know what they said. And then also, I want you to call 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. Here's the story. A 2008 Chevy Silverado lifted, taken to All-American 9369 Federal Jeff Jolliffe for rebuilt transmission. Okay, he rebuilt the transmission. 2 weeks later, it failed. The guy says it's under warranty, I'm taking it back. Charlie takes it back. Jeff Jolliffe says I'm not going to honor it because it has it's a lifted truck. Well, we asked, is there an exception in your warranty? No, there wasn't. And you did put it in. Yes, I did. Then don't you think you should honor it? He decided to honor it after being on the show. So the guy drops his key off and the truck disappears the next day. And when he dropped the truck off, he was pissed off at the guy anyway. I think this smells to high heaven, as my mom would say. It smells!
Okay, so far 2 and 1. 2 off, 1 on.
2 what?
Off sleeves brigade, 1 on.
Oh. We should ask if, because Dan is so naive, if he should be on the sleeve.
I agree. When Charlie called this morning and I answered it, I said, "Holy cow, that's quite a coincidence."
Is this me? All right. O'Brien Legal Services. Do you know what that is, Mark? And do you know why we use them so much? And would you use them?
I have used them.
Of course. Why? For real estate. Now, Mark, millions of dollars change hands with real estate. Don't you think it's worth a few $100s to get a legal team? O'Brien Legal Services. That's OLSlaw.com. What would you use them for?
I'd use them to look at any contract if I'm buying or selling property. In fact, if we lived in New York, you have to use an attorney.
I know, and residential and commercial. And, you know, we've both been involved in transactions and know the importance. And then how many disputes come on this show? Property lines,
eminent domain.
Oh, yeah. Easements, liens, adverse possession. You need a real estate attorney? Look no further. O'Brien, Brad O'Brien and his team. OLSlaw.com. OLS stands for O'Brien Legal Services. OLSlaw.com. Really, truly free consultations and only a few $100s to review things. OLSlaw.com. 720-370-7388. Get found fast. Those words mean something. Everyone wants their website to get found fast. How do you do it? You go to that company, getfoundfast.com. You know, Kenny and his friends started this years ago, and we know them, and we use them at referralist.com. Why? Because they really help you. If you have a website, get a free consultation, getfoundfast.com.
All about the nose. It's your ear for the first line of defense against bacteria and viruses.
Hey, there's another good one here.
Stuck in your nose. Guess what?
This is the record. Charlie, Giannis, Audubon.
Just like washing your hands.
Oh, shoot. They can get them on.
But many pots are hard to use and frankly kind of gross. Now there's a better way to keep your nose clean and help your body protect itself. It's called Navage Nasal Care. Navage uses powered suction to flush out allergens, mucus, bacteria, and viruses. Millions use Navage for fast, all-natural relief.
Have you ever heard of a charitable remainder trust?
Yes.
Okay. So this lady has it, and through Red Rocks Community College, and they want everything. They're suing her.
Well, we got to get Blake on. Yeah, for sure.
And that's what I put on there and stuff. He was supposed to be on 10 o'clock. I think we should get Jeff on. That's what people are saying. So right now we're at 2 and 2.
We should get Jeff on. That's not a bad idea. Let's get some other calls in. But
now he did say Charlie said he's going to do that.
If I was him, I wouldn't fucking come on.
Why? Come on.
After he allegedly possibly had the vehicle.
I don't think. Well, why would he call in and talk to me?
Because he knows you're a sap.
I know I'm a sucker. Who's that? You're a sucker. Who is that? What's the Seinfeld on that? What was it?
We should get him on.
Nobody on Facebook commented yet.
They say if you love something, set it free.
It is crazy. What a coincidence, man. Honest to God, what are the freaking...
Oh, I agree. That's the first thing. Now, I don't know what Charlie was going to say. Well, the real coincidence is they have 3 stolen...
Maybe some thief listener was listening yesterday with the tow truck.
But apparently it's...
What else if it drove off? Now, what the fuck would you think then?
If there's nothing wrong with
it seems like it would be pretty ballsy to pull up a tow truck if there's a dispensary anywhere nearby. They're going to have cameras on all the streets, in front, behind. They're more monitored than anything.
Oh, absolutely.
In fact, I'm pretty sure there's a central monitoring place that
literally has access to the cameras at any time, like the state. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
That might just be internal cameras where the grow is. I don't know.
What's the name of it? Something Shade dispensary.
Shady.
Slim Shady, with the real Slim Shady. Please stand up. Please stand up. Please stand up. With the real Slim Shady. Please stand up.
I like Slim Shady.
Dispensary Shade.
Did you ever
Like
watch?
Shade.
Did you ever watch Mile? Tell me that's not a great movie.
And I know every one of his songs. Yeah. I'm serious. I hear them all the time.
Light Shade
Every
dispensary.
fucking day.
I love. He's probably my favorite rapper.
Why don't you marry him?
God, you're like 4.
I know you are.
Hey, is this me, bro?
Kill the audio.
Hey,
altogether.
Tom Martino here.
All of it.
303-713-TALK. 713-825. on this vehicle and what happened to it, let us know. Jeff Jolliffe, by the way, at All American, the one with the vehicle where it was stolen.
Oh.
It's amazing to me.
Let's try to get him on. I'd like to hear him say, yeah, it just got stolen.
We'll recap everything. And plus, we'll take the builder story, which is a nightmare.
It's impossible to believe.
God, Mark, it is so sad.
That was good.
Remember, for Lazera, we have a big drinking day coming up. Big drinking weekend.
Oh, wait, I think you said she said she was going to get him on, but you're saying I should mention it.
Yeah.
Like a contest?
Yeah, we're going to have a drinking contest.
Yeah. Remember WKRP in Cincinnati? Johnny Fever would get faster. He'd take a shot or a drink. Got it. Hey, man, I know a couple people, I swear they're smarter when they're smoking dope. So I don't know how that works. I have gotten, okay, so I put my car up for sale on Craigslist. I got really pissed at Cars.com and asked for a refund. They gave me a refund. I put it up on Craigslist. I've got 4 people in the last 15 minutes. And I don't have phone numbers or anything. I put in the ad. They have to email me with their phone number, and I'll contact them.
I'm going to put my motorbike on there.
So you only pay for what you need.
Yeah, you'll sell that this time. How much are you asking for it?
Joe Lazara is a criminal defense attorney, and I hope you never need him. The problem is, some of you will. You know, especially with a holiday weekend coming up, so many people drink and drive. You'd be surprised some of the myths people hear about DUIs. Like, hey, I wasn't even driving, I was just sitting in the car, but the keys were there. Or I was just walking to the car. Or I was just leaving the car. They didn't know I was driving. All of that, they're all myths. By the way, don't even try to handle a DUI on your own. Now, we're not encouraging drinking, driving, of course. Neither is Joe. What we're saying is, if you get in trouble, no matter what, you need an attorney. 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200. For those of us who want kitchen countertops, there's a number of ways to go. With Mitch Floria, I love it because he doesn't mind where you get your material. You can buy it from him on his wholesale account, or buy it somewhere else on his wholesale account, or buy it somewhere else on wholesale. He'll do the fabrication and installation. He'll tear out and haul away free. He'll also do the bathroom free when you do the kitchen. That's why he can give you a price on the phone. Give him a call. He's in Golden, and he has a beautiful showroom. You can go and see what he has, but you can also call and get your price right now. 303-386-5919. 386-5919. TheArtOfGranite.com.
Send me that, I'll put it up.
Wow.
Oh, my God. That is the funniest spot.
The Three Stooges.
That is the funniest thing I have seen in a while.
I saw it. The boys are back.
It's good to see the boys back together. And there's the picture of Larry, Moe, and Curly.
I know, I saw
it. It could be the Seinfeld where, remember the Seinfeld?
Hey, listen, I'm Moe.
As a cop for 35 years, this story stinks.
Yeah, I know. Can you imagine that? It's like, it's just so ridiculous it got stolen today.
I totally understand that. But like say
it's like the husband, the wife's missing. The husband has no alibi anywhere.
Yeah, but he happens to have a fucking girlfriend who's pregnant.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, fuck.
Correlation does not mean causation.
Yeah, this does look good here. As a cop for 35 years, this story stinks.
Of course.
To high heaven. Way too many coincidences for me to believe. However, since the truck was in the proprietor's possession, isn't he responsible for making the report?
And he's a cop for 35 years? He should know better than that.
No, making the report.
Oh.
Because it was stolen from his premise. That I don't know.
I don't know. That's a good question.
I would say either of them could.
I would say that also.
Either way, Charlie needs to make it quick and look at that video.
I don't know why he was kind of fighting it. The only way is because...
I think Tom's curly. I'm definitely Mud. Oh, you know who you are. He's Schwepp. Or no, what was the guy's name? The one
Shem.
He's Shem.
Shem. But what were the thing was Curly? Was it Curly and Shem that switched out? So yeah, Larry. It was always Larry and Mo, and then Curly and Shem switched out.
Shem.
God, I love that.
That was a Shem.
I used to watch that fucking show.
I like the Seinfeld where the lady goes, I was on Stooges. It's where they got kidnapped and the kids got murdered.
Highly recommend. Cabot, another client said, we didn't have to carry 2 mortgages, didn't have to rush to move, and most of the time we beat out 7 other offers for our this home. Go to Orchard.com now, enter your address, and get started with a free valuation. It's that easy. That's Orchard.com. Again, Orchard.com.
But I think we should get them. And you know what? I also told.
What did they say in that? What was the deal with Kramer though? And he goes, "Oh, was that a Shem?"
Right. Well, that was a Shem.
I know, but what did she say that was so crazy?
No,
she was in the episode.
She was in that episode.
But what was it? It was ridiculous.
They kidnapped some kids and they murdered the kids. And then they were electrocuted.
What are you talking about?
When they went to Seinfeld.
In Seinfeld, Kramer's talking to this old delusional lady that said she was in an
Kramer!
Wait.
What happened just now?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't fucking hear that. But I don't want to keep it wet.
That's good. That's when they went to Hollywood. And Kramer went to Hollywood.
How does that happen?
Okay, I just got another one. That's 4. 4 on my vehicle that quick.
630 KO.
2 from the Springs, 1 in Castle Rock, 1 in Denver.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Let's talk about your life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. First and foremost, let me just say, RealCBDThatWorks.com will get you out of pain. It'll help with inflammation and anxiety. I absolutely love it and use it. It's Panacea Life Sciences. RealCBDThatWorks.com. Welcome to the show. We are striving to solve problems, to answer questions, and to take complaints. Scott has a nightmare on his hands. And Scott, I want to simplify the story, and then we get into details off the air. But basically, you hired home crafters, Terry Thon, to build a custom home, but it was to be built off-site. And that's weird, but that's okay. It was going to be built off-site and then hauled to the location. It was going to be built in Fountain, Colorado, then transported to Granby, right? It's currently now in Fountain, but it's only a shell of a house, and not much was done. And you contracted with this guy when, originally?
April 2019.
In April 2019, okay. Now, in April 2019, did you sign a contract?
Yes.
And does the contract specify an approximate completion date?
It says 2 years from getting permits.
Now, in addition to building the shell of a house, not even a roof or anything, down in Fountain, he also put in a foundation. Is that right?
For the house, not for the garage.
Is the foundation for the house, is it adequate? Could you put a house on it, or does it have to be redone? You kept saying something about that.
It is adequate.
What is that foundation worth?
Approximately $30,000.
What is the shell worth?
Approximately $45,000.
Right, the way it sits right now.
Correct.
And who told you this?
Another contractor, a builder.
So the foundation is how much again? Sorry.
30,000 foundation.
Okay.
And approximately.
So you have about 75. You have 75,000 in value so far.
Approximately 9. There's $25,000 for the excavation for the foundation, and then $30,000 for the foundation, and approximately $45,000 for the framing.
Well, wait a second. I thought yesterday you said the foundation was pretty screwed up.
No, he said they fixed it. It's adequate. It's adequate. Let's not complicate that.
Well,
go ahead.
That's why it led to being the mistakes that he made, along with billing us for things that we feel we should not have billed for. The foundation was budgeted for $30,000. Now he says he's up to $110,000.
Yeah, but that's not your fault. That's what he says.
Correct.
Right. I mean, when a builder makes a mistake,
go ahead.
Still
billed us for it. So,
but what payments have you made so far, out of your pocket, for anything? And tell me what it was.
We've given him $291,000+
And what was the completion? What was the completion supposed to be?
$400,125.
Now the magic question is, it was $400 on a $425,000 job, right? Now, my question to you is, can it be completed for what's owed?
No.
If you hired someone else to come in,
no.
What would it cost you?
I have someone working on what that would cost us. It's going to be significantly more.
Okay, if I was to call this guy, what would he say? What do you think he would say? And I always say that because people know what they're going to say. I'm not asking if you agree with him. What would he say?
He's going to say he has no money.
Is he going to say, I meant to finish it, I can't, I ran out of money, it's not my fault? I mean, would he say more than that? Or, I mean, just running out of money, that's a crime in Colorado if he violated the Contractors Trust Act. All the money you paid was supposed to go toward the project. Do you think he diverted funds? Now, you see, if he went over on the foundation and put the money in the foundation, even though it was his mistake, that's not necessarily violating the Contractors Trust Act because it went towards your house. So do you think he put any money, did he divert any money, do you think?
We think he does. We don't have proof of that. But
he claims all the money went into the house.
Yes.
What does he claim? What does the builder claim? Did he break down?
That's what it cost him to do. He gave us a list of expenses.
Okay, and what are the expenses? What are the expenses?
Well, it was his labor cost, and there's other expenses on there. Well, there was duplicate expenses. There were expenses paid twice. There's expenses for lodging.
Does he say he can finish the house for what's owed? You have $291 into it. It's a $425,000 job, or I heard that wrong. Is that right? $425 total?
$400,125.
I'm sorry, $400. So if you take $400 and you minus $291, can he finish it for the $109? Can he finish it?
No.
Okay, what was his remedy? Obviously, he knows there's a problem. What did he say? I'm walking away from it. What did he say?
He said here's what he said back in October. I have no money. I have no more money to do anything with it.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. That was what he said, and that's when I said that's because you misspent our money.
I understand. What did he say to that? This guy must know he's got a serious problem.
He wouldn't say anything. He just said, I have no money. That's it, and that was infuriating about it. He did not come up with a plan to move forward.
Oh my God, guys, what do you think about this? I mean, this is a nightmare.
We've been trying to get him to bring the house up there, so that we could try to find people to help.
Has anyone at all been burned by this guy? Have you done any research on this?
I did some research, and there was I don't have it in front of me, but it was several years ago where there was something, he had issues with another another individual.
What is he doing recently? What is he, other than screwing you, what has he been doing?
He won't tell me. He's trying to raise money so that he can at least transport the house up to Granby.
Did he say if you paid more, he would finish it for you? Did he offer that? I'm not saying you should, but did he offer it?
He didn't.
Let's call this guy. Give me his number.
Mark, I want you to talk to him.
Yeah.
Here's what I'd like to know, though. Okay? Is there anything you're not telling us? This sounds like too much of a direct ripoff. The guy got $291,000.
Oh, I can tell you another thing. When we met with him in October, this is when it really the issues came.
Go ahead.
Out in October when he met with us, and he presented a list of the money of the checks that we've given to him, and he had no This is October of 2020. He had no record of a $100,000 check that we gave him in June of 2019. We brought up our bank statements and we showed him that he had deposited that check. After we met with him that evening, he sent us over an email with his bank statement saying, as you can see, I never received the $100,000.
Now, is it possible?
I went to my bank the next day, and I went to First Bank, which is our bank.
I need to know this.
They checked it up, and he had deposited into a different account that he had at Wells Fargo.
So he was flat out lying to you.
He was flat out lying to us, and we don't know. And confused. 2 weeks later, when we met with him, at that time, when we first met with him, the foundation work added up to, oh God, it was around $80-something thousand. And then after we showed him.
No, I know. Then he increased. I know he increased.
Nothing had been done because I'd been up there looking at it.
I get it. He's just flim-flamming the numbers to make it work, to show you that he didn't put any money. He didn't divert any money because he knows he can go to jail. Does Terry Thon know you're not going to take this lying down? Does he know you're going to go after him?
Yes.
Does he have anything?
I've told him. I've really. That's when I've let him know last October, and he wanted more money then, and he said, well, if you'll pay us, you pay the money to transport the house up there. He came up with a figure of $80-something thousand to get it ready to transport.
Oh, my God.
That's
Listen,
what he's been
get me Harry Thon's phone number and I'll call him. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. Terry Thon.
He actually texted me. He actually told me back in August of 2020 that he would have the house on the foundation 2 weeks after Labor Day. On August the 5th, I'm sorry, this is October.
Scott, none of this matters. Scott, none of this matters, man. Scott,
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. It doesn't matter. We get the message. You don't have to bring up another lie. You don't have to bring up another detail. We get it. The guy sounds like a scumbag. What I want to know is, how long was he a scumbag? And how has he evaded people this long? I mean, I can't believe you just walked in and were the first one he ever ripped off. So hold on, I got to figure this out, and we got to see if he has any other skeletons, and we have to call him. Hold on, give that number, Terry Thon's number, to Suzanne.
Tell your smart device to
6:30 KL on iHeartRadio. Then
just put it in IM.
In the morning, Dan Countless in the afternoon.
Now I can't get him LinkedIn.
Terry Thon. Available.
Do you have a picture of him?
I had one yesterday.
Try it again.
This
you copy the picture?
Liberty Mutual Insurance, where you only pay for what you need.
He may have taken it down.
Try again. I-25 speeds are good, except for southbound, where you have some sluggish traffic between Park Avenue West and Spear.
Is this a new shooting?
Different story. We are.
Yeah, and here's the deal. They won't say how many people were injured or killed, which always means it's high, you know? It's never 3.
Mostly cloudy today and a slight chance of thunderstorms.
This mark.
Tonight for 51. For Thursday, sunny with a 20% chance of after.
Oh, yeah, Ed, what's going on, man?
76. Currently, it's 69. With your impact, traffic and weather, I'm Chris
I got it one more.
6:30 A-House.
Nobody should have to pay for one-size-fits-all insurance coverage. I just wondered if you wanted to.
Oh, that'd be great. Let me know what you think.
Home insurance.
It sounds too small for my tractor.
You know.
I am a patient of Colorado Pain Care. I couldn't be happier. I had a flare-up of low back pain It's part of the SI joint, other things, long story. They gave me immediate relief with some therapy and an injection, and then they're working on a long-term relief, which includes their world-class physical therapy, which is helping. Right now, I'm about 70 to 80% out of pain. The remaining, we have a long-term plan. Here's the message. Colorado Pain Care can address any pain, work with all insurance. That's what they do. And they're people of action. 303 Got Pain. Please go there. It's changing everything for me. 303 Got Pain. ColoradoPainCare.com. When you look around at a home, you can tell if it has dingy floors, bad hardwood, ugly carpets, and you can do something about it. Whether you're just moving in, you're getting or you're fixing up something to sell, or you just want to fix something up to live in. Simply Floors, Inc. That's INC. Everyone has the same floor coverings. When you really shop, you're shopping for better people, better installers, better pricing, and all of that you get at simplyfloorsinc.com. That's where you make the appointment, simplyfloorsinc.com.
This is Bill Ramsey,
I got it.
General Manager of
He's in
Lexus of
still
Greenwood
LinkedIn. I don't know
Village.
why I
Number one
couldn't get
Lexus
him
dealer in
before.
Colorado.
Terry Thon.
New and certified
Harry
Greenwood
Thon.
Village. Celebrate the spring. Lease Lexus
Harry Stack.
the all-wheel drive for only $439 per month. Visit CooneyLexusofGreenwoodVillage.com or see us at our state-of-the-art facility at I-25 in Bellevue.
36-month lease with 10,000 miles per year and $39.99 drive-off.
Hey, Mark, yours, I got it.
God, that's funny.
Yours, I put the boys are back.
Some high-pressure salesperson
You
twists your
bastards.
arm into
Bastards.
Did they forget to mention that the vacation times you want will never be available?
What's the caller's name?
It costs you more to use the timeshare than if you just book.
Turn that down, dude.
Scott.
I'm sorry.
Scott.
What's Scott's last name?
I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know.
What do you want to
Scott's
know?
last name? Is it Giannis? Scott's last name.
Oh, no. Yanni's his nickname. It's his brother-in-law's nickname. It's not a last name. I can't say the last name because there's too many consonants. You know what I mean by that, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Terry, Mark Major with the Tom Martino Show. Hey, we're trying to help out a guy named Scott that's got some pretty big accusations against you. Apparently, he paid you quite a bit of money to get a house brought up to, I think it was Granby, and everything seems to be going wrong. But if you could give me a call back, I'd like to hear your side of the story. You can call me at this number. Thanks.
I think we need to go there.
Where? I love when you say that. Where?
Well,
What makes you think he's going to be, what, we just going to go hang out in Watkins looking for him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan Blake was available at 10:20 today. I'm like, perfect. Then he gets stuck on a call. Then he texts me 5 minutes ago and says, I have till 11. I said, that's not enough time. Then our caller can't do tomorrow, so we're just doing the call. We're going to start it without Blake. I don't really know what it's about.
Tom knows about this type of trust, and Tom can get the thing. And
Good.
I do know
Okay.
about it. I could give you my
Okay.
version of it. 'Cause
Guy called and said Silverados are one of the hottest truck right now.
And this was apparently a nice truck, big wheels, nice rims, no insurance.
That sucks. But it's like a 95 and it was inoperable anyway. Or was it a 2000? I don't know.
I don't know.
I thought it was older.
Yeah, it was older.
Did you like the Larry? I'm wondering who's who.
I'm Mo.
Now he's saying that there's no way the guy stole the truck, and this other guy's got an office.
The angles. Question authority. Favor facts over conspiracies. And trust standards.
I'd love to go do a live. You got to find out where the fuck he's at, though.
Well, where did I guess we could talk to Scott where he actually met him at. But.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Free market valuations, complimentary, just for the asking. And this valuation is accurate based on his market knowledge and what he can get for your house, selling hundreds of houses a year. So it's way better than Zillow or way better than an appraisal even. An appraisal is good, but it doesn't tell you what you actually get on the market. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. Okay, now, Mark, did you get that number? Are you going to call the builder?
I did. I left him a message. We'll see if I hear back from him. I'd like to know where we can just go see this guy. I mean, Dan's convinced he's got an office or something.
Scott, does he have an office?
Somewhere.
Scott, does he have an office?
He lists his office as 6833 South Dayton Street, Greenwood, Suite 227, Greenwood Village.
Oh, do that a little slower, man, because we actually didn't realize you had an actual thing there. So it's Homecraft.
It's right down the damn street. 6833 South Dayton Street. What unit?
227.
You know, I could head down there right now.
He won't be there.
Well, okay, then help us out. Where is he?
He's probably at home.
What's his home?
What does he do for a living?
Apparently not much.
Well, this is what he does for a living. I think he lives in his wife's home. So.
And by the way, if he diverted any money over the last 5 years, like I said, I mean this guy. Look at this. This guy. He could go to jail for this. I don't think he understands that. So, do you have his home address?
I don't have that information.
Maybe we should have a few listeners maybe leave him a message.
I've researched him online and found his home address, but I don't have that.
Here's what we're going to do, one step at a time. First, we're going to see if he returns our call.
Doubtful.
If he doesn't, then what we call this, Scott, is going to war. And here's what we do. And it usually works. We put out his phone number. We go after him. We find him in every form we can. And we tell people what a rotten scumbag he is. We spread the word. Then we get a hold of the district attorney, and then we turn up the heat. And I'm telling you, Scott, we usually are successful unless the guy totally has no money whatsoever. Now, if he has no money whatsoever, he's just going to have to wither up and go away. I mean, there's something, because we're not going to let up on him. But if he has money, he's going to understand that money will keep him out of jail or keep him out of big trouble, and he's going to want to pay you, or at least pay you the difference, what you don't have. This guy is in trouble.
This guy, he's not a good guy.
And, Scott, did he say to you ever, I feel bad about this, it's too bad, I'm sorry? Did he offer any condolence at all, or is he just, what does he say? Go ahead.
When we met with him back in October, we asked him...
Hold on. We're running out of time. We have more calls, too.
From the Stone Age to the digital age, people have been having weird, wonderful, and downright
We've never had a contractor's trust act this big.
I don't think we're hearing back from this guy.
What does his office look like?
I found another address, too.
Where?
6535 South Dayton, so that's pretty close to the...
Where'd you find that?
I just looked up Terry Thon and Greenwood Village.
God, I wonder what happened here.
Okay, here it is. It's Terry James Thon.
Where is it, Mark? What location is it?
It sounds like it's in
in California?
Yeah, Santa Clara County Sheriff's. God, they're fucking, they're not saying shit, man. It happened at the VTA, the Valley Transportation Authority.
What city, San Jose?
Yeah. So the VTA must be kind of like the depot for the buses and shit, you know? It had to be an employee, right? The VTA provides bus, light rail, and other transit services.
What phone number?
So it happened at a city government place.
I got a couple phone numbers here.
The shooter opening fire at a Santa Clara County Transit Authority building said to be in a maintenance yard. Sources are telling ABC News there are multiple victims. It appears the shooter is no longer a threat. A large police presence is on scene. It's unclear the motive or if anybody was specifically targeted.
I gotta call Shane real quick. He's gonna drive me
The
insane.
Manhattan DA has convened a special grand jury weighing evidence and possible criminal charges against the Trump organization. A nearly 2-year-long investigation focused on tax records.
Can you imagine if we get to the point where we go after ex-presidents to throw them in fucking jail?
No, they're only going after him. They're not going to go after ex-presidents.
I don't know, man. This sets a pretty good precedent.
Yes, it does.
This is fucking unbelievable.
No one has,
Hey, Shane, Mark Major, give me a call back as soon as you can. Bye.
What are you? China after he called Taiwan a country during an interview.
John Cena should be just.
So what's the new movie? China claims Taiwan, a self-governing island, as part of its territory. Texas, Taiwan.
So he apologized.
I know. It is absolutely amazing.
Oh, they're kissing up China.
I hope they. That's what I said. That's the Joe Biden administration, man.
It's the NBA. Look at how the NBA kisses up to him. That's why I will not ever watch an NBA.
Look at this. This thing was big enough. There was actually a rescue operation to evacuate people during the shooting.
Wow.
I mean, this could be 15 people, man.
And T-Mobile charge premium rates for unlimited data.
You know where I learned that's how they talk about these shootings? Sandy Hook, man. They would not say how many people dead. Then they came out and just dropped the bomb.
I wonder if they just don't want to be wrong.
You know.
No, I think they don't know how to. I don't know. That's a good question. Why?
Switching is as easy as swapping out your SIM card. You can keep your phone and your phone number. Here's how to get the best deal. This month, dial pound 250 and say keyword get H2O.
Hate to say it, we didn't see much of this under Trump, did we?
Off your first month. Dial pound.
You start cutting in California, you cut back on all those police forces and shit.
Exclusive offer. And start saving today.
K-How News Time.
Oh, did you know that this is the first year California has ever lost people?
Oh, yeah.
Net loss. Net loss.
Yeah.
The first year.
Same with New York City.
Oh, I bet you New York's lost.
I don't know.
I mean,
I thought it was in the same damn article I was reading.
Oh, okay. That's amazing. California always has people coming in the first year that they've actually lost. I think that's amazing.
It's totally fucking amazing.
I mean, California's a beautiful state.
Oh, geographically one of the best ever.
Yeah, there's just too many Californians.
One of the best ever. That's funny, actually.
Oh, I lived there 10 years.
You're a funny man.
I am a funny man. So I got several addresses for this Terry's on.
That's the latest. I'm Pat Woodard. Now, impact traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, bridge inspection work going
Man, I
on.
slept like a baby last night.
Hey, isn't this one of the numbers you called? Or?
Slow traffic making your approach to the Highway 6 Commerce
Are you
City
snagging
exit.
again?
Good news, I-25 traffic is moving really well. No big problem spots on
That's probably
225.
That's
On the
right.
west side, C470 looks good, as does 285 and 6th Avenue.
3501.
Weather mostly cloudy today with a slight chance of thunderstorms, a high of 80.
Let me try that one.
51, and for tomorrow, sunny with a 20% chance of afternoon storms, a high of 76.
Wait.
70.
303.
Well, how the fuck would I know that?
It's sitting right here.
Yeah, come on, Dan. Give the guy a fucking break. He's acting like we have 7-digit fucking numbers again. Sometimes I'm just so upset with him. Hey, Dan, what's the number? Fucking 7. Yeah, I mean, he just thinks everything is just so fucking...
That's why I named my first kid.
Sodas. And crackers. What's the guy's name again? Terry? Harry Thong? Harry Thong. Okay, Mark, after about 60 times it loses its impact. No, it doesn't. It's fucking hilarious.
Harry, you should not wear a thong.
Harry Thong. That's true.
If you're hairy, you should not wear a thong.
Cam and I are looking at replacing some flooring. We found a place that does a dynamite.
Is that a true statement?
Pretty fucking true.
The custom source is challenging, but TNT works meets our standards. Selection is great with solid hardwoods, luxury vinyl planks, engineered wood, and laminates. You can visit the gallery.
Hey, Terry, Mark Major with the Tom Martino Show. If you could give me a call back, I'd appreciate it.
TNT4works.com. That's Twitter works with an X, or on Facebook, Instagram, Yelp, and Nextdoor.
Could you make Michael Brown just a little louder for me?
Let's do a dynamite.
Thank you. Could you possibly just play that Cars for Kids commercial during the break? Okay, sure. I'd love to. Let's pot her up. No problem.
Keep listening to it. With a 12.
What was Home Crafters?
That's the name of his business.
It's the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show, the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. The longest running show on radio. That's right.
With the same host.
That's right, currently on the air. By the way, there must be other shows older with different hosts, maybe. Genesis Total Exteriors is now doing what? Solar! And you know why we're so happy about that? You know, we have Cam Solar on the site, and they're pretty good, but we needed someone who we could go to as an expert that does exterior work anyway, and since he does roofs and gutters and siding and doors and windows and takes care of all of that, the natural adjunct to that was solar. And he's now doing solar, GenesisTotalExteriors.com. And he's going to service what he sells. It's a wonderful system and someone you can trust. That's the important thing. Someone you can trust. And speaking of people you can trust, I want to bring up Bob Logan from Plumline Services. Bob, a quick question for you.
Yes, sir.
Everyone's going green or trying to go green or being at least responsible. No matter where you are from a political perspective on climate change or anything else, we all know there's a benefit to saving money and saving resources. With that in mind, what would you say the ratio is now on people going with water heaters as opposed to constant flow or on-demand water, as opposed to having a tank, the on-demand systems?
You know, surprisingly, Tom, it's probably under 10%.
Whoa!
I was sort of 5% are doing tankless. People still, just because of the price jump, you know, going green, unfortunately, in many cases, comes with a cost, and a lot of people just aren't willing to make that extra investment right now.
Now, wait a minute, though. Don't you save in the long run on running it?
You do. Whether it's a tankless water heater, whether it's a high-efficiency furnace or air conditioning system, you're definitely going to save money in the long run, and it's going to pay for itself over time. But that initial upfront cost is sometimes a barrier for people making that decision, which is why we offer financing for that exact reason. In many cases, you can extend those payments for 5 years or 10 years, so you don't take that initial hit.
How long do water tanks last? Hot water tanks?
A standard water tank, on average, you're probably looking at 10 or 12 years.
How long would an on-demand last? If you'd have to do just a few maintenance things. What do you do it yearly, or what maintenance is required?
Yeah, we request or recommend annual maintenance on all the equipment we service, just to make sure it's functioning properly and safely, and also, getting the scale and deposits out. But a tankless water heater should last you 20 years.
I would say even longer, although you probably want to change just because of the technology. But Bob, when I look at them, there's not much there to wear out. You have individual components you can change.
Right. Yeah. As with most of the equipment that we sell, there are components that you can change out and upgrade and repair as time goes on. So you don't have to necessarily change out the entire water heater or furnace air conditioning system. But to your point, sometimes technology advances so rapidly that it justifies changing out the entire rather than the parts.
All right. So hang on. What were you going to say? I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, but for tankless water heaters, you're right. They're fairly simple systems, and they're on demand, so you're not heating water constantly when you're not using it. And as long as they're maintained and you take care of issues like hard water and things like that, they should last you a long time, give you all the water you need, and save money over the long haul.
Okay, so I want you to be thinking about a screaming deal. I'm not going to ask you for it right now. I'm going to let you think on it. I mean a screaming deal on an on-demand water heater, just in case there's someone's listening that wants to get one, and it's going to be one only, okay? First caller, and let's do it. Or you can do whatever you want. If you want to do 5, but I want such a screaming deal that I'd be willing to do just one of them, because I just would love to hear it, and it can't be anyone who works here. Go ahead.
I missed that. I'm sorry. When it comes to those two, I've been looking at some tanked water heaters.
Yeah, they have high efficiency.
Extremely efficient.
No. I had they put one in. I'll tell you, they have one that, while you're using the bottom of the water, the top is heating, or just the opposite, where you don't run out.
But what did Bob say? Are the tankless ones more efficient or less efficient?
No, they're more efficient, of course. They're more efficient, right, Bob? I mean, they're just more efficient because you have nothing standing there. But what Mark is talking about is the quick recovery tanks. Those tanks, while you're using it, it's actually replenishing, and correct me if I'm wrong, Bob, it's like a 50-gallon turns into 200 gallons, right?
That's exactly right. Where a 50-gallon, if it's continual usage, you might get maybe 70 gallons of hot water, just because there's
a normal one.
Mixing back.
Yeah, because I've seen some.
Hold on, that's a normal one.
That you could run. It says you could run 3 showers forever. Never stop running 3 showers.
Do they have tanked water heaters that recover that quickly? I don't think so.
Well, the high recovery will generate up to 270 gallons in an hour. So yes, they're much more efficient, but they're not endless. Nothing's truly endless.
Unless you get the on-demand. The on-demand is.
The on-demand tankless is, but even those have some limitations, and we can talk about that later. But if you had, say, 6 people showering all at the same time in different bathrooms, it's going to reduce the water flow. So you'll keep getting the hot water, but the water pressure will go down just a little bit.
That's true. But who would ever have 6 showers at one time? My goodness. But you could have 3 without a problem. Listen, this is Bob Logan, Plumline Services. If you have any questions, give us a call, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Jason has a comment on something we were discussing on censorship with social media. But hold on one second, Jason. Could you do us a favor? Yeah, you can go back up. Paula, what's going on with you, Paula?
Oh, hi.
Hey.
I bought an RV from Century RV in Longmont.
Yes.
Had nothing but problems with it.
With the RV?
Yes, it was brand new.
What
2020.
What did you buy?
I bought an Avalanche 40-footer with 5 slide outs.
Oh my God, a 40-foot! Whoa, with 5 slide outs?
Uh-huh.
Oh my goodness, a 40-foot. Okay, hold on. Avalanche. Okay, who makes the Avalanche? Is that the actual manufacturer?
No, Keystone makes the Avalanche.
Oh, because Keystone's good. But anyway, not with you it isn't. A Keystone Avalanche 40-foot?
Yeah, I'm looking at one. They're pretty sweet.
Okay, and hold on. What went wrong with this thing?
Are you ready for this?
This is 5 slides. Tell me this. This is not a motorhome, right, Mark? Is it a
fifth wheel?
A fifth wheel. Okay.
Yeah, fifth wheel. Okay, first thing that happened, I moved in December 19th of 2020.
I'm sorry, you what?
I moved in December.
So you live in it?
I live in it, yes.
Okay.
I sold my townhome to buy this.
No, I get it. And where do you keep it?
I keep it at Bar Lake RV Park.
Okay, so what's the problem?
The problem is that the first week I was here, the sink went out, the kitchen sink.
By the way, I want to say something, and I hate to interrupt you because I want to get a list here quickly, but let me just say this. I'm going to say this, and I can say this after having 6 RVs and having very, very, very expensive and very moderate and low end. I can tell you this, and this is a truism, and Mark's going to say yes, and this is a truism. No matter what you buy, RVs not may have squawks and problems. They will, no matter what you buy. And I'm not sticking up for this Keystone. I don't know Keystone from anywhere. But no matter what you buy, no matter where you buy it, I don't know what it is about RVs. It's just that they're very complicated machines. You will always have issues, some serious, some minor. But the important thing is a warranty. It's so important on these things, and what a warranty covers. Would you say that's true, Mark?
It's very true, and if you're buying a used one, the big deal is you got to get it checked out. A good checkout, a mobile checkout's going to run you $1,000.
Now, speaking of used, it's almost, Mark, in some cases, the bug's been worked out on it.
Yeah, absolutely. If you can find something like an RV,
where they took care of the problems.
Yeah,
right.
With under 10,000 miles or something.
All right, so
the bugs are gone.
So, Paula, it doesn't surprise me, and you don't have to go through each and every one, but when you say, well, the first week and then the second week, so here's what I want to know. What was the most serious problem?
The most serious was the fuse box. My lights in the bathroom were going bright and dim, bright and dim.
Yep.
I had my handyman come out, and he took the cap off of the fuse box, and the lights to the bathroom weren't even in the fuse.
So how many problems would you say you had?
I got a list right here. I mean, there's like 7 or 8.
Okay, not bad, not bad. When did you buy it?
I bought it November 18th.
Oh, just bring it down to them.
It's under warranty, so I would be. Now, are they refusing to fix it?
No, they're not responding to my calls.
What do you mean responding?
They're not I call them up and tell them I've been having problems with this trailer, and they won't call me back.
They won't call.
They told me when I bought it that I had to deliver it there. Well, I live in this thing.
Paula, that's not their problem that you live in it. You have to take it there to get warranty work. You have to do that with a motorhome. You have to do that with a pop-up. You have to do that with a fifth wheel. What, do you expect them to come there and take their shop to you?
No.
Well, then what's wrong with them saying drop it off? What's wrong with that?
Well, what's wrong with it is that I'm going to have to go get a hotel.
Well,
and it was a brand new trailer.
Paula, you know what? You went into this ill-advised, okay? I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying this. Anyone who lives in a fifth wheel or a motorhome, you must absolutely, positively know that there will be times you have to take it in for warranty and you're not going to be able to live in it. If you are a full-timer, you're used to this. People know it. People get motels. People stay with friends. It is absolutely not a problem of the manufacturer or Century RV. If that's the only thing you're complaining about, I can't help you. Honest to God.
She thinks that Century RV should pay a third party for repairs, is my understanding.
That's insane. The manufacturer would never pay them back for it. That's their deal with the manufacturer.
Paula, does it all boil down to that you do not want to take it in for warranty? Does it really boil down to that?
Well, yeah, because I don't have a truck.
Okay.
I don't have me.
Paula, I can't help that you own a fifth wheel and don't have a truck. I can't help it. It would be wonderful, by the way, I want to say this because Paula brings up a good point. It would be wonderful if they had a big mobile service. I don't mean RV necessarily them. I mean like any manufacturer, or excuse me, any dealer. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
I'm sure for enough money they do.
No, I don't know. Now, I know that Marathon, for example, the coaches run about $1 million and above. Probably you can't get one for $1 million anymore. But anyway, Marathon would have a tech fly out to you with tools. I swear to God. And on big deals, they would have a truck show up. I mean, but we're talking about, things that are over $1 million. And even then, sometimes you had to drive to the factory in Oregon. What?
Hey, Tom, is there any possibility that she could get the manufacturer to approve of on-site repair?
No, I don't know. Now, hold on. Possibly if Paula has a handyman who truly knows how to fix it. And
he used to work for an RV.
Hold on. If you do, if a manufacturer could put pencil to it and say, we actually save money having this guy do it, they might.
If anything happens, they're going to void the rest of the warranty, and you're going to create a whole new issue.
But Paula, seriously, man, I cannot allow you or anyone, no matter what dealer they're talking about, to diss an RV dealer for not paying a third party to fix your coach under warranty or your fifth wheel. I'm not trying to give you a hard time, but I feel that you were not prepared when it came to living in an RV. Someone should have told you this. You will, and I'm telling everyone, never, ever, ever expect to live in an RV ever and not be displaced once in a while. So I don't know what I can do for you right now because I can't ask them to pay for an independent mechanic. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Now, one thing you did say that bothers me, Paula. One thing really does bother me, that you're not getting a call back from Century RV. Now, what's that about? That part we can help you with. Why?
I have no idea. I paid cash for this trailer.
When was the last time you talked to them?
I talked to them probably a half a month after I bought this.
So you have never gotten a call returned ever? You have never gotten a call returned?
No, I have not.
And what were you calling for? To make an appointment? What were you calling for?
I was calling to tell them that I was having a lot of issues with this trailer.
Paula.
They probably told her to bring it in.
Then you just told me before, not 10 minutes ago, you told me that they said to deliver it. When did they say that if they never called you back? When did they say that?
Oh, they said that before the mechanic guy went on vacation. He said, if you can bring it back.
But when did he say that? On the phone, Paula? On the phone?
Yeah.
Is that from a time you connected or a call back?
No, that was when I called him because I was having. So
that was the last time.
My refrigerator's out now.
But Paula, what? I know they should call back, but if they told you to deliver it, what do they want? What do you want them to call back about?
Everything that I've had to replace. I've had to put several thousand.
Okay, listen, I can't help her. I'm sorry. She's ill-advised owning an RV. This woman has no fucking clue. She's putting thousands of dollars into it on her own, and now she expects everyone to be at her beck and call. I can't help her. Well, I'm not going to get on them for it.
Be tough on the answers.
Just not.
I mean, I'm not going to do it.
What should American citizens know?
It's absurd. It's preposterous.
This is what we do, and this is who we are.
This is the honest-to-God truth. After being out of pain for a good while, I started getting pain again. I went immediately to ColoradoPainCare.com because I advertise for them. I believe in what they do. I'm familiar with them. And they immediately got me comfort with a trigger point injection. And that was just to get me over the hump. Then we started doing physical therapy because I could do it then. And now I'm about out of pain, about 70 to 80% out of pain. The rest of it, they have a long-term plan. They are people of action. ColoradoPainCare.com. By the way, my insurance paid for all of it. They work with all insurance. 303-GOT-PAIN. Get out of pain. 303-GOT-PAIN. Hey, did your pain come from an auto accident? How's that for a segue? Listen, this is serious. So many people get into an accident and have an injury, and they don't know what to do. Many of them make mistakes. They call the other insurance company and start talking to them and say all kinds of stupid things. What you need is to talk to John Fuller free of charge after an accident where there's injuries. Take care of yourself, then call him. He'll give you free legal advice when you need it the most. Free legal advice on accidents. I'm serious. No hook, no line, no sinker. If you decide to hire him, still no out-of-pocket. He works on contingency. 303-597-4500. 597-4500. Look for John Fuller at referralist.com.
You got to recut the fucking.
Don't tell. No, fuck you. Fuck you on Zero Res. Fuck you.
Just the end.
No, fuck. No. Why? Why?
Because they
Why?
want a different website. I'm not fucking kidding.
Well, fuck you, man. Come on. What do they want? Fuck
Zero
it. I am
Res.
so fucking. You know
Zero
what?
Res,
I am so.
Springs.com.
Well, I'm not going to be able to get to it until I promise you until after the holiday. I swear to God,
All right,
I'm tied up.
I got ours pointed there, so it's fine. But
They want
the full-blown ColoradoSprings.com.
They are so fucking stupid.
I'm emailing you right now. But after that's fine.
They are so fucking stupid.
I don't know what to
Hey,
say.
listen, can I put a mic on the referral list? Can we buy a mic? I don't want to do it without asking. A mic, so I can put it in and go into those small rooms when we need to do shit like this.
Oh,
Okay, what are we doing with Yanni's?
I'm going to buy, you're going to see a charge on the card for all of us.
What kind are you going to get?
I'm going to get the...
Get a shirt.
No, I'm going to get the one marked everyone uses, the EV.
What are you talking? What are you purchasing?
And the one will use a mic. So when I'm here and I go back to those little rooms because I have to alter a spot. I fucking hate waiting to go all the way home and do that. We can do it right here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that. Oh, and by the way, we need a USB adapter. Not a big deal.
We're going to be told daily to shut up. Shut up, guys. I'll just be in the...
But he can't do it in our office. That fucking thing's on.
No, I'll go to the little room. Those little rooms are almost fucking soundproof.
Okay, couple of things.
They're nice rooms.
What am I doing with Yanni's
I'm
brother?
going to talk to him.
Okay, Jeff Jolliffe is on line 4. Woo! He called in. So, and then Lee wants to know between Colorado Pain Care versus Centeno Schultz for back pain. So I thought that would be a good call.
Oh, it's a very good call. Hey, listen to this. Are we going to be out at the 30 right now after this break? Can I do just a short little transition? Go right into it. I hate to do
He
it,
called in.
but But I'm thinking Mark and I can do these spots almost conversationally and get, because this is the 30 break. I don't know, it's bad form, but maybe I'll take a quick call and then I'm going to turn around quick. I'm sorry, it's my fault. I'm leaving a little early. Do you want me to stop?
Go to sleepnumber.com.
I'm Dr. Andrea Russo, a cardiologist. Maybe you're waiting to talk to your doctor right now. But if you're having an irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain...
So I guess there was a big misunderstanding glitch on their website of when to report, so she wasn't the only one.
Which can make you about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you're having these symptoms, don't wait. Talk to a doctor by phone, online, or in person.
God.
Brought to you by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer. There's no better way to celebrate your Second Amendment rights than by coming to the Tanner Gun Show on Memorial Day weekend. The Tanner Gun Show runs Friday through Sunday at the Arapahoe County Fairgrounds. This is the largest gun show ever, with over 800 firearms, gear, ammo, and everything else you could want. The best selection and the best prices only at the one-of-a-kind Tanner Gun Show. The Tanner Gun Show.
Oh, they can't figure out the digital agreement, so I'm just going to fucking print one.
To get your tickets now, visit TannerGunShow.com.
What do you mean?
This report is sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance, where you only pay for what you need.
Let me tell you, man, 90% of everything is getting the fucking signed contract back. It's just everything.
Mark, it's way too complicated the way we do it.
No, it's not. Okay, how do 9 out of 10 people do it?
Adobe Sign. We use Adobe Sign. I send the contract in a link. They sign it. It's back to me and saved. One time. I swear to God.
Well, okay, I thought we tried that, and you said it didn't work because your signature kept disappearing.
No, that was different. That was when I did a fillable doc. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Now listen, it's my fault I'm running behind on spots and all that, but I promise you, this is worth sticking around for. Jeff Jolliffe is here. Now, I want to just recap this quickly. Then we have to take another quick break, but listen to this, okay? And sorry for me being suspicious. I believe even Jeff would say it sounds suspicious. Scott, in April of 2000, excuse me, wrong guy. let me get this. Charlie, 2008 Chevy Silverado, took it to All-American on Federal, Jeff Jolliffe, for a rebuilt transmission. The rebuilt transmission failed in 2 weeks. Charlie brought it back to the shop. All-American refused to fix it under warranty, saying it would just break again because of the lift kit. We pointed out there was no exclusion in the warranty. He said he'd fix it. So Charlie dropped off the key. Now, his truck had been there for 2 weeks, immobile. He dropped off the key yesterday. Today, Jeff tells him the truck was stolen. Now, to me, that just sounds too weird. We've had police officers even write to me, email me, saying they would never buy that story ever in a million years, but they would investigate it. Jeff Jolliffe with All-American. Jeff, wouldn't you be suspicious if you were on our end?
Yeah, that's what I told my guy this morning when he called me and told me it was missing. I said, watch, this is going to turn into we did it so we didn't have to fix it.
What do you think happened? Why, the very day you decided to work on it, it was missing?
I can't tell you what happened to it. There's been several vehicles stolen off this. We've complained to Federal Heights Police Department. Of course, they're overwhelmed. We were talking to one yesterday about it, and he's saying, you know, they kicked it up the ladder to other agencies besides themselves that have more resources for this kind of stuff, which I'm assuming is, you know, like State Patrol, Vehicle Theft Division or something like that. I can't tell you. I told him the same thing. The Lighthouse dispensary that's in front of us, their cameras are... Will they voluntarily show the video? Will they get you a copy? Well, we've asked them before when we've had vehicles stolen. We had a lowered blue Silverado like 2 weeks ago. It was stolen. We've gone over and talked to them. Why don't you put in a camera? We did. Now I'm trying to work on I bought one that doesn't record. My fault, bad again. You know, call it a domino effect. One that doesn't record? Whoa. Yeah, it's I bought it from Costco, put it all up, and it's a WiseNet or something like that, and put it all in, and then the first time we had an issue, we were trying to figure it out, and it's like you have to have a hard drive or hooked up to a computer so that it can record onto the hard drive. It doesn't have its own hard drive. So I brought in a laptop, and I'm not computer literate, so you but anyways, that's getting off the subject. Yeah, you called in, and you want to say you didn't do it. Well, essentially, yeah. I mean, get the cameras out here, check it out. Here's the thing. But what is the camera going to show if it was one of your buddies? I'm just making some suppositions here. No, I understand that. That's why I told my guy this morning, watch, this is going to turn into another big pile of benefit. Suspicions. For spending literally, I'm just saying, my benefit to his truck being missing is nil. None. Well, you don't have to fix it. It doesn't help me at all. The cost, yeah, but that's $650 in parts.
I know,
mean, it's a 4L60. It's an easy deal.
Anyway,
it's not worth the aggravation of being on your show.
No, I get it, man. I get it.
All morning with the police, being investigated, having more.
Did you happen to turn it over to your garage keepers just to see if they'd pay? Or maybe you don't have insurance, or what?
They won't cover the loss. Hold on, I got to take a break.
This is Denver's talk station with Tom.
You got 888 heating after me. Okay.
KHOW, Denver. Now, impact traffic. This report is sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance, where you only pay...
Oh, we just got an email. We are a certified mobile RV repair company that can work for manufacturers.
I-25 either direction between North Glen and the Centennial area with no slow traffic. 6th Avenue looking good.
We'll call them up, see if they can do warranty work. That'd be perfect.
I-76, there's
Ask
a
them.
bridge
Or email them.
work going on there, affecting both directions of I-76, approaching the Highway 6 Commerce City exit. Your westbound side slow all the way back to 96, eastbound slow back to 270. Denver weather, mostly cloudy today, and a slight chance of thunderstorms, a high of 80, below tonight 51, and tomorrow a 20% chance of...
Zero res Colorado Springs. How fucking stupid.
With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 K-How.
Did you even try to get that last time?
Nobody should have to pay one size fits all.
I got ZeroResSprings.com.
I know you did. Why though? They already had.
Because they wanted to use Zero Res Denver.
My landscaper is Mr. Green Jeans, and that's a true story. It's also true that if you drive down our street, you'll see we have the greenest lawn. You'll also see that we pay probably the best prices for landscaping. Our neighbors started using Mr. Green Jeans. Mr. Green Jeans, locally owned and operated, a family basically for 30 years. They have rare openings in their schedule. You can get them now, 303-426-4945. Let's talk about an easy number to remember.
888 Heating. In fact, it's so easy. It's also their website, 888heating.com. If you need a new furnace, check this out. This deal's insane. If you need a new furnace, a new air conditioner, a new whole home humidifier, and you'll get 5 years no interest as well. That's what these guys are doing right now. But I promise you this, soon as the cold weather comes, this deal is going away. Check them out, 888heating.com.
We should have really mixed it, but
what
do you guys
is coming to the Denver region for the 2021 Kingdom Business.
Oh, shit. Is he on?
Yeah. It's okay.
Why did we not do that?
I just thought of it after you started.
From Maxwell and other top business leaders. Plus, you'll enjoy ample networking opportunities. Register today.
Yeah.
BusinessSummit.net. Use the exclusive code KBS21iHeart. For a substantial discount.
iHeartRadio Music
Okay, let's see here.
Will be our host.
Performances from the weekend. Special guest Ariana Grande,
Silk Sonic, Doja Cat, Dan and Shay, and more.
Coming to Fox tomorrow night.
Don't miss our iHeartRadio Music Awards.
Rockies baseball is in full swing, and on June 1st, Coors Field is welcoming more fans. 2 games are now on sale. So
okay.
See the Rockies take on the Rangers, A's, Padres, and Brewers. More fans, more excitement. Be a part of it. Go to Rockies.com/tickets today.
What a great time to put your home's equity to work. Here's owner of Ideal Home Loans, Brent Ivinson.
There is this perfect storm to tap into your equity right now. Homes have gone up everywhere, so you've got equity to put to work. When you couple that with record low interest rates, you have infinite amounts of options.
Pay off high interest debt with Ideal Home Loans, 303-867-7000. Do home improvements with Ideal Home Loans, 867-7000. Or just lower payments or shorten your term with Ideal Home Loans, 303-867-7000. There's never been a better time, and I can't think of a better company, Direct Mortgage Lenders.
Imagine building savings in cash, getting rid of credit card debt, and paying your house off more quickly. It's a real possibility right now with the current interest rate environment we're seeing.
First, they listen, then they lend. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000. That's 867-7000. Or get started online, IdealHomeLoans.com.
Experiencing pipe leaks or low water pressure? Is your water bill unexpectedly high? These are signs of pipe failure due to old corroded pipes. Only a whole house repipe with brand new high quality PEX or copper will permanently solve the problem. Repipe Specialist. They'll repipe your home in just 1 to 2 days at half the cost of a plumber with a lifetime guarantee. Call for your free in-home estimate and get 20% off our already low price. 720-573-0086.
Oh my God, this is gonna kill me.
773-0086. Your timeshare sits empty. Travel restrictions and quarantine is the new normal. Over and over you have heard, we are all in this together. Meanwhile, your timeshare sits empty and useless. Month after month, your timeshare company demands your maintenance, mortgage, and assessment fees, amounting to thousands of dollars per year out of your pocket for nothing. Start the freedom process. Let Timeshare Freedom Group free you from your overpriced, unavailable timeshare. Thousands have done it. Now it's your turn. The leaders in the industry, Timeshare Freedom Group, has decades of experience canceling timeshares worldwide, legally and permanently. We're so good at it, we even offer a 100% money-back guarantee. You can keep wasting your money or dump your timeshare. Start the freedom process. Call Timeshare Freedom Group now because you have better things to do with your money. 855-48-CANCEL. That's 855-48-CANCEL. 855-48-CANCEL.
Timeshare Freedom Group, we set you free.
I'm Dr. Brianna Fox. This past year has been tough on me, my family, and my entire community. Now, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. There are a lot of questions regarding the COVID-19 vaccine, but people should know that it's based on trusted technology that's been in use for over 10 years. Not only is the vaccine tested to be safe, it will help protect you against COVID. With every vaccine we give, we are one step closer to putting this pandemic behind us. Find out where to get your vaccine.
The Ribble Group sells homes faster and for the most money. Go to Gaye, spelled G-A-Y-E, PassTheBuyers.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, let's talk. Jeff Jolliffe, we'll go back to him, but there's only so much we can discuss here with this truck that was stolen. The day after he agreed to fix it, there was bad blood there anyway. The guy was really pissed off at Jeff, and Jeff didn't want to fix the truck. Then he said he would fix it, and then it got stolen. The day after he drops off the key. Are you there, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So really, we want to close this thing out. There's really not much he can do about it. I mean, if he, you're the one that has to file the police report.
Essentially, all I want to say is benefit to loss. Okay, it makes no sense
that you would do it.
To do this and have this rehashed again. When I was looking forward to coming back next week, he was like, "Fixed, done. Here we go. I'm not what everybody says I am. It's fixed." All I told him yesterday was exactly what we discussed on the show. When it's done, take it straight over to a frame shop, a driveline shop. He said, "Yeah, I'm going to take it over to these guys." I said, "That's all I want." And I said, "We had an agreement. Me and you, verbally, this was it. We showed you the truck damaged it. You contacted me 4 or 5 times that you were going to pay for it." But not, like I said, so that's all the bad blood. But I was looking forward to going back on the show and going, "Yep, we fixed it. My mistake because I didn't write it on the ticket, and we're covered." Now we're rehashing it. It's probably going to get played again and again and again.
Well,
it's going to be a topic
it's a very interesting story. I mean, it is. And
exactly.
Jeff,
I understand the whole thing.
Again, you had your... Okay, and remember,
the vehicle didn't run at all, so someone had to get it with a tow truck, right?
Right. That's why I'm trying to get him to get the video. I mean, the video on these guys building over here is phenomenal. I mean, it doesn't matter if they covered up.
Hey, can we ask the dispensary? Can we ask them for help on this? If we call them, that's what.
You know what? I bet Marty could cut through some red tape. Dan visits dispensaries all the time.
No. I wonder if they would let us see the video on just that one incident, if a tow truck taking that car. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. We got to keep going here. We're running out of time. Tom, what's going on with you, Tom?
Hello?
Hey, Tom, what's going on, sir?
I'm calling for one of my clients. I'm a tax advisor and working with a client that's made some charitable contributions to Red Rocks Community College, and now Red Rocks is going after them for... Well, they're threatening to go after them for basically everything they have.
No, wait a minute. they made charitable contributions to Red Rocks.
Mm-hmm.
And now what? Why would they threaten to go after him for everything? I don't get it.
Well, basically what it is it's...
did they make a commitment? Did they sign a commitment?
They did, and here's what it is. It's what's called a charitable remainder trust.
Okay.
They had made
so it was more than just an occasional contribution. A charitable remainder trust is basically that. They get what's in the trust.
Correct. And they did receive what they were supposed to get. And so...
What do you mean they got what they were supposed to get?
So they received $322,000.
$322,000.
And this wasn't a one-time deal. I mean, over time, this family is giving hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in charitable contributions to this company, to Red Rocks.
Why? Why do they love that? I'm just wondering.
Well, the gentleman, his son worked at Red Rocks, and he passed away.
Okay, I get it.
And so that became his place.
Someone must have taken money out of the trust is where this is going.
Hold on a second. With the 322 that was donated already, contributed, was that done through the charitable contribution trust or in addition to it?
That was the remaining interest of the charitable remainder trust at the time that the trust came to its close.
What made the trust come to a close?
So basically, when the gentleman passed away, there was a stipulation in the trust that his wife was to receive. So in the charitable remainder trust, the beneficiary, which was the family, got the income from the trust.
That's right, and the remainder, so to speak, goes to them, goes to the beneficiary.
Right. So when he passed, his wife was to be the beneficiary of the trust for 5 years, and at the end of that time, then the remainder passed to Red Rocks Community College. The donation to this trust was an industrial building. And
is that what you're valuing at $322?
Well, that was what the value was when it was contributed.
All right. Hold on a second.
So
we'll figure this out. Hold on. I want to get our state attorney.
Tell your smart device to play 630 KHOW on iHeartRadio. Then you can hear news and talk that impacts your life.
Getting 630 KHOW from iHeartRadio.
Denver's talk station.
Just said, what? Listen to this. You're going to fucking... You're not going to believe this shit.
This report is sponsored
I just want to quote it, right?
Insurance.
Ready?
Where you only pay
Biden reveals U.S. intel community suspects Chinese lab incident likely cause of COVID outbreak.
They do have slow traffic on.
You know what? They did steal the election, those son of a...
Biden's going to get kicked off YouTube.
What's that?
Biden's going to get kicked off YouTube.
Yeah, Biden will get kicked off YouTube.
For saying that. I said that from the beginning.
I said Wuhan, like back in March. What? Well, Biden's saying it now. Now it's fine. Biden can come out and say anything. And then you know, YouTube's good with it.
Nobody should have to pay for one-size-fits-all insurance coverage.
But did the WHO say that?
Customizes your car and home insurance.
I only listen to Metallica.
I only listen to guest WHO.
Who you got? Tom.
I have, for 2 years now, 2 summers, I have used the QC Colorado whole house fan. What is that exactly? It's a whole house fan that really saves you money. It's that easy, plus gives you fresh air. You know what? I can go into more detail. I'd rather you read about it also. I'm going to tell you about it. It goes in the top floor of your house, and it's a little grate in the ceiling. It's attractive. No wiring in the walls. It's all remote controlled. And the fan is remote mounted in the attic. It extracts all the hot air out of the house and makes it cool. It's wonderful. I've used it for 2 summers. My air conditioning works 10% of the time. That means 90% savings. QCcolorado.com. If you go to 303consumer.com, that's my magazine, 303consumer.com, download the digital copy, look for QC Manufacturing article. It'll show you the science behind it. You'll save money. 303-800-3419. QCcolorado.com. 303-800-3419. Installation takes less than 2 hours. That's 303-800-3419. I love the way Art of Granite does business because it's simple. They sell all materials at wholesale, or you can find them elsewhere at wholesale. They'll help you. Or you can go to, Granite Liquidators, let's say. But whatever you do, the Art of Granite will fabricate and install it. They'll tear out and haul away everything old, free. They'll do the bathroom free when you do the kitchen. They'll give you a price on the phone right now. That's how proud they are of their service. The Art of Granite, serving the Front Range and mountain communities, open 6 days a week with a beautiful showroom in Golden. 303-386-5919. 386-5919.
What does her attention mean?
That's the simple question. So on that charitable trust, I can just tell you that just they are allowed to get so much profit per year. And if you don't take that out, you can add it all up.
Be tough on the answers. It's just not.
Who cleans osmosis tanks? Is that Paul the Robert Pro guy?
Standards of hearsay.
Profit for
And MSNBC. This is what we do.
So you weren't.
This is who we are.
Can you turn that down here?
Well, soon you might be kicking yourself in the head. Rates are at historic lows, so take advantage of our new
Tommy, who cleans osmosis tanks?
Hey, Jeff, Mark Major
Is
over
that
at the
Water
Martino
Pros?
Show. Hey, we just got your email.
Or is that more like mine?
No, it would be Water Pros would. It's bad time to take that up right now. Out there. They're competitors.
No, I wasn't putting them on the air. I was just trying to get a proper referral off the air. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna give that caller your number because that might be perfect for her. But just make sure she knows everything going up front. I mean, she's saying she can't even, get a truck to bring it anywhere. She might not have $10.
844-425-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the
Cool.
history, man.
All right, I'm gonna.
844-425-3669.
Oh, are you on air? Are you waiting?
I've heard a lot about how well CBD's been working for something like.
I don't see anywhere there. Hold on, let me look on the lines.
But seriously, let me reinforce that.
Oh yeah, you're up there. Cool, man. I didn't even see you up there. So we'll bring you up.
Is helping. And I talked about
All right.
using the balm for my shoulder.
Yeah. I'll switch back because this will be good info for people out there in general.
And it really has helped.
Right.
But I also use the tinctures.
I didn't know he was up. I wouldn't have called him.
Clarity and energy and simple inflammation.
I did not know that, man.
So if you're struggling with pain,
You got to start looking around.
You know what, Dano?
And of course, the endorsements by Dr. Dorner and Dr. Andersbach, to name a few. Check out Blue Sky.
This is when you're curly. This is what happens.
And right now, get 30% off your.
I mow, bro. I mow.
That's 30% off.
Mow's the boss. Yeah, Yeah, dummy, get down and read that. Smack.
Bluesky-cbd.com.
You know what? If you watch that show, you know that shit had to hurt. I mean,
of course.
Fuck, man, they whacked the shit out of each other.
Yeah. I'm sure after they get done filming, they go, "You had to hit me that hard."
You have no need for that much data. H2O Wireless, on the other hand, is on the exact same network as one of those carriers, but charges you half. The average family of four is saving over $70 a month without having to sacrifice coverage. And listen to this: unlimited talk, and 15 gigs of data for $36 per month. Switching is as easy as swapping out your SIM card. You can keep your phone and your phone number. Here's how to get the best deal. This month, dial 250 and say keyword get H.
So what are they going to do? Can we go sue China in an international court now? What do you mean, of course not? It's what the fuck the international court's for. You're saying you can't sue them? You're wrong.
Well, first of all, of course you sue anybody.
Okay, so you're suing, you can sue anybody. So you can sue a baby? You can sue a 1-year-old?
Yes.
Hi, Tom Martino here.
303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This charitable remainder trust, we need to get Blake Harris on. Apparently, he's not on right now. So
he's not available today, Tom.
I don't know what to, I mean, we can help Tom to the best of our ability, but it's real. What we really need is to get him on board with this, because I just want to know the details. So I want to give him more time. So we're going to take him after the hour, see if we can do it. And I want to talk to Bob Logan, Plumline Services. There's some questions we do have. So, Bob, we were talking about water tanks and the efficiency of tankless versus high-efficiency water tanks. Those are good options. How do you feel about recirculation pumps? People want to know. Does it defeat the purpose of an on-demand, but it will keep hot water closer to you when you need it? What do you think? Recirculation pumps, for those listening, for big houses, instead of waiting a long time when you turn on the hot water, it keeps hot water pretty close by recirculating. So, Bob, what about those? Is that a waste of money?
It's not, Tom.
It's a convenience.
The water that recirculates, it is convenience. It does cost a little bit more, but it's very minimal. So I'm a big believer in them, especially for bigger houses. That, you know, if you're gonna wait 3 or 4 or 5 minutes to get your shower to heat up, you're much better off spending a little bit of money on the energy side rather than trying to heat that water and waiting for it and wasting the water. So I like recirc pumps, and a lot of the tankless units have built-in recirc pumps now. We happen to sell Navion. There's other brands that we can sell as well. Somebody has a brand preference, but the Navion actually has a built-in recirc pump that you can either use with the existing lines or an external line.
Wow, so that is actually something that, I mean, it actually is built in. I never knew that. That is cool. That actually has it built in, so you can have it circulate on demand, and it doesn't cost that much more money than just letting the water set.
Exactly. Otherwise,
you have to wait a few minutes to get the hot water. Does it add to the cost a lot to have a recirculating pump?
If there's not one built into the system, it costs. You know, that's a relative term. It's expensive to get one put in, but like I said, I love them.
I heard, Bob, that you can do an aftermarket recirc pump. They have a one-way valve that goes on the hot water side of a bathroom, let's say a remote bathroom, and it recirculates somehow and keeps hot water there. Have you heard of those? That you actually adapt to existing plumbing.
And that's correct. And now there's arguments as to whether they're as effective or efficient as an external recirc pump, but those are available as well.
And they're really good options. I mean, I've seen them. They're crazy. So they go on the hot water side, and they start moving the water around. So it goes back through the water heater and back up again, and it's a one-way valve to keep it circulating the right way. When you turn on the water, the hot water's right there, and it requires no replumbing. I mean, all it requires is that valve put at the sink and then a pump put down in the water tank room. So, I mean, I think it's great for those who want to retrofit a circulation pump, and that's more of a convenience than anything, because in a big house you don't have to wait for hot water. But for those listening, I mean, Plumline Services does that, of course, and we're getting into spring, and we're getting into times, well, we're in spring, but we haven't had the heavy rains, but we should be having them, and I want to know what people can look out for and what they need to do with sump pumps as preventive measures right now, because it happens every single year where people get caught unprepared. So we'll talk about that and more coming up. We'll talk about that charitable remainder trust. We'll also talk about Colorado pain care or regenerative medicine like stem cells, how they compare.
Our iHeartRadio Music Award.
Usher will be our host. Performances from the weekends. Ariana Grande, Silk Sonic, Doja Cat, Dan and Shay, and more.
Coming to Fox tomorrow night.
Don't miss our iHeartRadio Music Awards. You know why I do commercials for SimplyFloorsInc.com? Because I personally use them. I'm consumer advocate Mark Major. If you're in the market for flooring, you have to check out SimplyFloorsInc.com. Not only do they have...
It was an employee, of course.
Scratch-resistant and waterproof,
They also have the most beautiful hardwood in carpet. They do free design services, and they can save you up to 40% from the big box stores. The best
At least
service,
8 killed.
the best prices,
Wow.
simply FloorsInc.com. All the benefits of IVs at your door. Rocky Mountain IV Medics, hydration, immunosupport.
Hey, I talked to a gentleman yesterday in sales, and I'm sorry I forgot his name, but he was going to call me last night and let me know if that Newmar Mountain Air, if it was sold or not. There was some deal with a trade-in, or I don't know.
HQ Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeartRadio station available everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app. Number one.
Yep, it's Mark. And does my number pop up on there? Yeah, that's right.
I'm Trevor. The latest shooting spree in the country
Thanks.
occurred at a light rail yard in San Jose, California this morning. Authorities say there are multiple casualties, including fatalities. Employees at the Valley Transportation Authority are among the victims, and the shooter is also dead.
Isn't it amazing, employees? I thought it used to just be postal employees that went postal.
You know why?
Because the mail never stops. And then the catalogs come out.
Isn't that funny?
I tell you, Sunfield is just, it's life.
At this point, a motive is unknown, and how the shooter
Not
accessed
like
the
nothing.
Indians yard
Right.
is not clear. Alex Stone, EBC News.
The Manhattan District Attorney's Office has convened a special grand jury that could decide whether to return an indictment against former President Trump, his company, or his employees. The DA has been investigating the way he valued his assets to obtain loans and tax benefits, the former president denying any wrongdoing. This is ABC News. The leader of Belarus taking out for the first time to
I hate this
of a Ryanair
I get suckered into looking at this same RV every time. Yeah, it's got stupid bunk beds, man. It's like, God, what a waste of space.
Speech to officials, he instead accused Western countries of staging the incident. He made a series of wild claims, including that the bomb threat that Belarus used to divert the Ryanair flight had come from Switzerland. The mother of the blogger seized by Belarus, Roman Pratasevich, has told ABC News she believes he's been tortured. Natalia Pratasevich is making pleas to the international community to save him. Patrick Regal, ABC News, the Foreign Desk.
Growing calls to cancel the Tokyo Olympics. In an editorial, the Japanese newspaper called the games canceled. They say an influx of tens of thousands of athletes, coaches, and media could overwhelm an already strained medical system. The newspaper is now the first media sponsor of the Summer Games, calling for the event's cancellation. Trevor Alt, ABC News.
I'm CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger with a quick tip from H2O Wireless on stretching your budget and saving money every month. Start with your recurring monthly bills, and here's the easiest one, your cell phone bill.
I wonder if they will just postpone it again. That'd be 2 years of postpone.
When in all actuality, you have no need for that much.
And you're almost getting into the second Olympics, the next Olympics.
Exact same network.
You are. Aren't you? Isn't it every 4?
Every 4.
The average family of 4 is saving over.
So it was supposed to be last year?
Yeah.
I didn't. Okay.
And listen to
And
this.
the
What are
winners,
we talking? Winter or summer?
summer.
15 days of data.
And then the winners are on the.
Well, how is Japan? Oh, they're doing Summer Olympics this year.
Well, it would have been Summer Olympics last.
Winter Olympics.
That'd be 22.
And say keywords.
That's going to be weird. Back to back.
I don't know if they're in Japan, though. I don't know if winners are in Japan.
Pound to
No, they're not back to back. I mean, they used to have.
No, I mean, they would be back to back this year and next
Right,
year.
but they used to have winter and summer of the same year. And then they
No,
changed-
winter's not there. They're doing winter in Hawaii.
Right. They're hauling the snow. It's so damn much snow they're hauling in.
They're trucking it in.
It's a lot of snow. Well, you go snow skiing in Hawaii.
Hurry sale ends June 13th. Visit GUI.
Probably go snow skiing anywhere.
No, they do. There's a place in Hawaii you go snow skiing.
Yeah. Inside the volcano.
You don't believe me? You want to bet me? Punch?
No way, dude. You owe me so many.
Oh, I owe you punches. Yeah.
Advertising and marketing, we are doing a drawing to make sure it goes right to you. That is, if you've been vaccinated. The first drawing is next week. If you haven't received,
Oh, I heard about this. The drawing for air.
What did you get?
Fly to anywhere. It's through for United. Fly anywhere in the world for a year.
even though Colorado is one of the nation's highest.
I wonder how much they charge for that. They used to do that.
Did they?
I'm not sure if United did, but someone used to have you could buy a gold card. It was over 100,000, but this is years ago. And you could fly anywhere at any time.
For a year?
No, forever.
Oh, forever. Okay. This is for a year.
I gotta look that up now, man. I always thought that was the best deal ever, but
I guess if you had it, so it wouldn't be standby or anything.
I think you do. I don't remember how that works.
Well, like I said, standby, employees get it. Employees and their family get standby, so that'd be that kind of.
Right now. If you're traveling
I
on
wouldn't pay
I-76,
$100,000
be
for
aware
flight
there
standby.
is emergency bridge inspection work going on, slowing both directions of I-76, making your approach to the Highway 6 Commerce City exit. Denver weather.
So Jeff is back in your good graces, Tom?
Thunderstorms, a high of 80. Tonight's low 51. Tomorrow sunny with a 20% chance of afternoon thunderstorms and a high of 76.
China, it's in China.
Currently it's 73. With your impact, traffic and weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin.
Thanks, Traveler.
30. Hey, how?
Up at 2 a.m. Again? Tonight, try Pure Z's all night. Unlike other sleep aids, our extended release melatonin helps you sleep longer and longer. ZQuil
American Airlines.
Fall asleep.
All you can fly.
Hey, that GPS tracker that you put in, I said everybody should have a GPS tracker, but you got to have that wired in there, though, right? I mean, it can't. Your GPS went in your plug, right, Mark? When you had it for your kids.
You can do it now. You don't even have to do that. I did it on my daughter's car.
Oh, you did?
With what's built into the car.
So where did you plug it in? Is it the?
There's nothing to plug in. It's on Hyundai has it. Hyundai has it.
Oh, it's on. No. It's on the Blue Lake. Yeah.
I just go to Hyundai's website for my car.
It's right on Blue Lake.
I can tell where that car is anywhere.
Oh, okay.
Prior to Blue Lake, though, you'd have to use some.
Right.
And OnStar has all the manufacturers have it. Mercedes has it.
Right. Newer ones.
Yeah, but
almost
all of them.
For an older car and stuff. I mean,
some of them charge for it. Hyundai, the first 3 years they don't charge. After 3 years, you pay for it.
Yeah, I'm not paying anything.
How often does it report?
Which one?
Hyundai is like every minute?
No, you log. I don't know. That I don't know.
So you could run somewhere real quick and come back.
State of emergency in Colorado, due in large part to an explosion in teen suicide attempts.
Shark, I'm not sure if you can get a 50-gallon water heater for $1,200 installed.
Join me. Denver's talk station has your chance to win one.
All right, guys, you go back to Denver.
Keyword on our website.
Budget. That's budget.
American Airlines sold it in 1981. It was called the Unlimited Travel.
This is the
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. One Clear Choice Garage Doors brings you this hour. They are the greatest when it comes to garage doors. I'm serious. They have 24/7 emergency service for broken springs and things. They have openers. They have doors. They have great prices. They're proud of them, and they display them all on their website, OneClearChoiceDoors.com. If you have any garage door issues, OneClearChoiceDoors.com. Now, let's talk. Suze, who did you want me to take? Okay. Now, we were talking about a charitable remainder trust. We can get our estate attorney when we need him, Blake Harris Law, Blake Harris himself, but we start out by saying that your clients made contributions to Red Rocks Community College in a charitable contribution trust, a remainder trust. It's a remainder trust, right?
Correct.
Okay, what were the terms, since every remainder trust can be written for certain terms and conditions? Do you know what the terms and conditions were of this trust that were supposed to be executed by the trustee?
Okay, so during the term of the trust, the beneficiary, which in the last 5 years was the widow.
Yes. During the term of the trust, what happened?
So she would receive The profits of what was the trust generated,
right,
up to 15% of the.
That sounds that sounds like one of the provisions that are in some of them. Then what? What happened after 15% of the profits? The rest went to.
The rest stayed into the trust, and would retain. Now, this property never really generated the kind of profits where they were able to exceed that 15%.
Okay, but what was the actual the principal of the trust, not the earnings, but the actual principal?
That would have been the $322,000 that Red Rocks received.
Well, this is what I'm confused. When they established the trust, what went into the trust? What made the trust earn income? What went into the trust?
It was an industrial warehouse that was being rented. But over time, they didn't always collect rents. It sat empty for quite some time. They actually had
okay. So when the charitable trust was started, the charitable remainder trust had one asset.
Correct.
Okay, that's important. One asset, and this asset was put into the trust. Okay, commercial building, and that was what was going to generate the 15% supposedly.
Correct.
Okay, and then to generate
over time it didn't.
I get it. So now, what was to be done according to the terms of the trust? What was to be done with the building itself after the trust was terminated?
Well, the building inside the trust, the specific language was that the trustee had the right to rent, refinance, sell, or treat it as if it was their own property during the term. So as the trust was coming to an end, my client, she was in a position that losing this income was going to be detrimental to her ability to continue living the way that she lived. So we started looking at that avenue, and by selling the building, we could generate a profit, which, being that she was the beneficiary, would receive the profit.
Wait, by selling the building, you would keep the money it generated inside the trust?
Because that would be the profit that it would generate. Correct.
Well, okay. No, it would be a replacement. It would be a replacement of the principal. It wouldn't be the profit.
Well, there's profit. The building sold for more than the basis.
Okay, so that would be the profit.
So there's profit generated. A capital gain was generated.
Okay.
Okay, and the court actually appointed a receiver and agreed with the way that I treated this in distributing this.
How did you distribute it? The building was sold.
The building was sold.
And when was this? When was this done? Was it after someone died?
Correct. So there was a couple. When the husband passed away, there was a 5-year window in which the widow received the benefits of. But
what was the community college supposed to get? I mean, why were they even named in the trust? For anything over 15%?
So they were named in the trust for, well, of course, the remainder, which was the basis of what was put into it. So when it was put in, that was basically where the $322,000 came from. So anything that $322,000 property generated was paid out to the beneficiary, who was the widow of, the widow in the last 5 years. And so by selling the property, it created a capital gain, which was distributable.
Okay.
And their original contention.
Why are they coming after you? This is getting too complicated. Why were they coming after you?
Well, they're coming after, at this point, what they're saying is that because she had been put into conservatorship because of other issues with family members, they were saying that she wasn't of right mind and therefore couldn't be the trustee. And because of that, she sold it illegally, even though 3 lawyers looked at it prior to her doing this.
Got it. And by selling it illegally, how did it hurt them? Their basis was always going to be the basis of the building. So what difference would it make if she sold it illegally? That's the point I'm trying to make. Do you grasp what a charitable remainder trust is? It doesn't. It has an amount that they get. It generates an income, and they get the extra. At the end, she gets the profit. And up to 15%, and they get the rest, and then they get the basis. So what difference does it make?
Well, because if the building hadn't been sold and a gain realized, it could not be distributed to her, and they would have received the entire building.
But they still are going to receive the value of the building.
Well, they would have received the appreciated value, not the basis value. They would have received the building at its appreciated value.
But the trust allowed them to sell it.
Correct.
Then where's the issue? Well, I mean, just because they're threatening to come, they're saying you should have never sold it, and instead of getting the basis of $322, we should have gotten the market value as a building.
Correct. That's what their contention was.
And then what was she supposed to do? What was she supposed to do? In other words, they thought that they not only get the basis of the building, but they get the market value. Then why was there even a provision in there to sell the building to begin with? I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because the creator of the trust anticipated that she would need the money someday.
Yep.
Listen, I know what a charitable remainder trust is. I know how they are used, and they are often used this way in order to protect properties. But they often get sold, and it reverts to the basis. That basis is established. Wasn't that $322,000 established when the trust was formed?
Correct. Yes,
okay, and they don't like it. They're pissed off that you went back to the basis instead of the market value. Also, they're pissed off that it never generated more than 15%. So big deal. Red Rocks Community College, shame on you. You got $322,000. Now they want to come for the profit. How much profit did she make?
$299.
Well, screw them. What are they going to do? Sue? Are they suing the estate right now? Wait, are they suing her right now?
They are, and they said if it goes to court, they're going to sue her for $1.6 million.
You know, I can't believe this. I just can't believe Red Rocks Community College would do this. They're 501(c)(3). I just cannot believe it.
And I don't know if it's just their attorneys, if they know what's happening here. If they do, shame on them.
Yeah, this sucks. I mean, they got $322,000, and they're not satisfied.
No, they want it all, and they want extra.
Who is their attorney?
Shoot, I know he used to be the mayor, or is the mayor of Arvada. I don't have, let's see, I think I do have that document in front of me here. Let me grab it real quick.
Listen,
Mark Williams?
Here's what I want to know. Who do you have defending yourself? Because you need to talk to Blake Harris. Do you guys have anybody?
Yeah, she has a couple of attorneys that we've been working with.
Do they know what the hell they're doing?
Well, we're hoping so.
Well, let me ask you this. Why'd you call us?
The courts are going against us still on it.
Going against in what way?
They just made a summary judgment and said...
Oh, so you've already wait. The courts have already ruled on this?
Yeah, but they never allowed us to actually go to court.
Do you know what a summary judgment is?
Basically.
Do you know why it's issued?
No.
Okay. The reason a summary judgment is rendered is because there is no evidence at all, and the established facts say it all. In other words, they're saying just by what was submitted, there's I'm not going to use it. It's what I want to say is it's positive that they have a slam dunk case. That's what they're saying. There's no controversy is what I want to say. There's no controversy in fact. Irrecontributable. Something like that. But anyway, that's what they're saying.
their only contention is that because she had gone into a conservatorship because of past issues,
what they're saying
she
is
no longer could be the trustee.
That's right, and that's kind of right. If she made the decision to sell after that, they're kind of right. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both. All I'm saying is you can't have it both ways. We need to get Blake Harris on to address this tomorrow. Hey.
Master Rooter. Can we not do Master Rooter this time? Just this time.
Yes, of course.
I'm going to do another 30 instead. He'll make that up.
Of course.
I can tell you
at least 8 dead, someone just said.
And I can tell
Charitable grant or trust establishments, one asset, a commercial building.
And I can tell you why she went into conservatorship.
Why?
Because the guy had kids prior to that. After their dad died, they were coming after her for money, and they wanted their inheritance and stuff before. They said, "Why do we need?"
But they wanted it both ways. They threw her into conservatorship, and they just fucked her out of the trust.
And they took her out of it, out of conservatorship.
It sounds like, regardless, with a summary
before
judgment,
she
they're
made that
screwed.
decision, or after.
After.
Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan. I've been saying that for years because I know them personally, and I know that they have your best interests at heart. Let's go over why it's ideal. First, the interest rate guarantee, matched by no one. They refinance you free of charge if rates go down over the next 2 years. That's a slam dunk. Then they have the pick your own term loan. You don't have to do a 15 or a 30. You pick whatever term you want. Then they have credit optimization. Even though you're approved, they help you get even better pricing by tweaking your credit even more. Now remember, you're already approved. Then they have, of course, direct mortgage lending, which means lower costs. Listen, you have to try Ideal Home Loans, especially for their pre-approval, which is like a cash deal which you need to stand out in today's market. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was gonna ask you about SaferNet. SaferNet, can you explain, like in a sentence, why it can help you save millions?
Oh my goodness. Crypto virus, man. They can lock you out of your own stuff.
But not
and
with
charge
SaferNet.
you. No way, not with SaferNet.
Do you know the federal government, Mark, paid $4 million to get that pipeline
Must be nice.
decrypted? Listen to this. If they had SaferNet, just a few bucks a month, I swear to God, they would not have been able to pull off that attack. If you have SaferNet, you'll never be hit by a virus or anything like this stuff, because for a few bucks a month it protects you. And it keeps, even if a virus gets on your computer, it keeps that ransomware from communicating. You go to the website, SaferNet.com, and download it. It's just a few bucks a month for full protection. A few bucks a month for each item.
Yeah, you threw me off.
I'm sorry, Mark. I was expecting it, then I remembered you weren't doing it. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so he was in conservatorship. The daughter was doing conservatorship.
But then while it was in conservatorship, they sold it.
No. After they came out of conservatorship,
she sold it.
She sold it.
Oh, then why are they?
Because she said she was not in her right mind.
Oh.
Okay, so
who's contesting this? The daughter or Red Rocks?
Red Rocks. And they say if you try taking it to court, they're going to go after everything with attorney fees and extra.
Well, Chris.
Well, that's a big loaded question. What do you mean, Chris?
Who's Chris with iHeart?
I don't know.
Clients and on-our guests may start coming in on June 7th by appointment only. Please notify Chris of name, day, and time. Who's Chris?
I give up. Who?
I don't know, but anyhow, we have no guests coming. I mean, this whole thing, that changes that.
Well, June 7th, I thought, by appointment.
Appointment only.
Yeah.
Yes, and you've got to notify this guy to sign off on it. I don't even know who he is or her.
It's Chris.
I'm just going to find a Chris. I'll say Chris approved it.
Yours.
Chris was fine. We just need a listener named Chris.
I'm Dr. Andrea Russo, a cardiologist.
They are freaking a yoga studio. Tomorrow, no masks.
Oh, really?
Yep. Took them a couple weeks.
I'm just
Wait, what were you just saying? The yoga doesn't allow it?
No, they start tomorrow.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I said it was all because of that email I sent, wasn't it?
Did you have the fake mask? You didn't have fake one, did you?
Nah, just a cheap paper. Didn't matter for the last month. I just pulled it down over my nose like
It's just that
everybody
it gets
else.
in your, it fogs your glasses up.
I don't wear glasses during yoga.
Weird, wonderful, and downright absurd relationships. Fall in love with ridiculous romance.
Nah, it's fucking dark in there anyhow.
Oh, the one time they made us play racquetball with masks, you know.
We left right after that. That was that other place.
That's terrible.
This place did pretty good, man. I mean, they never...
Because we were at the very end.
Yeah, but I don't think they were screwing with people. It takes a certain kind of asshole to do that. Honest to God.
It's Colin Coward. Here's what's
I mean, how dumb is it saying, okay, you're going to be in a big room all by yourself.
May
wear a
24th,
mask.
everyone. June 7th is when everyone comes back. June,
Yeah, but keep reading.
June 21st is what?
No. Read the first dot after June 7th.
AE sales and digital support and all programming staff. Clients and on-air guests may come by appointment only. Okay. Chris is Brenda's secretary.
So how do you read that? We just simply tell Chris we have guests coming in?
Chris, she's here now. She was here the last few days. Go ahead.
Send it. Well, that's all Suzanne. Send that. I mean, really, you should be doing all that.
Okay, send that to me and I'll reach out to Chris. Can you take line 7 next about Colorado Pedicure?
About 10 seconds. Play 630 K-Hound, Denver's talk station. Available on over 2,000 devices.
You know, it does suck seeing your face nowadays.
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK.
713-8255. Claims Pro for help with your insurance claims. If you have an insurance claim, what you need to do is really get help. Publicadjuster.pro is the website, Claims Pro, one of the public adjusters we have on referralist.com. It's for any insurance claim. They work for you, not the insurance company, to get you a fair and full settlement. That's publicadjuster.pro. Okay, so let's continue. Lee has a question that's pretty interesting. Lee, go ahead.
Hello, Tom. It's been a while since I've seen you or talked with you. This is Truck Driver Lee.
Oh, hello there, Lee. What's going on?
Hey, well, I'm in the process of getting my body rebuilt. I had both shoulders replaced, both knees replaced totally, and now I'm zeroing in on my back because I've had severe back pain since 1989.
Wow,
long time.
Yeah.
So I've had every therapy known to, everything under I could possibly do. But, you know, when you have blown discs at the initial, and then my MRIs today show pinched nerves severely, and a little scoliosis too. Everybody has a little. But
yes, that's right.
I say that. Everybody has. I don't know about everybody. I make that statement broadly, but it seems like that. At any rate, I'm on my third surgeon this afternoon, in fact, at 1:45, I'm going to see him. And that's surgeons, and they like to operate, of course, as you know. And I have an appointment at Centennial Schultz.
Now, wait, the surgery, though, the ones that want to do surgery, what do they want to do?
Well, it varies. One fellow at Porter seems to think he can just go in and take bone out and relieve pressure on nerves.
Fratomectomy or whatever they call it. They're opening up the nerve roots. Yeah, it helps a little, but what else? And did anyone mention thermal ablation? That's burning the nerve, basically killing the nerve that causes the pain. But bottom line, Lee, is the opening of the nerve root. There's nothing wrong with that. I had that done years ago. It can help a little. I mean, I wouldn't do it. I swallowed my piece of paper I was chewing on. Anyway, so listen.
Second fellow wants to do the he wants to do the second one wants to do the same thing, but he wants to add a stainless steel braces between a couple, 3 vertebrae down there.
And that can help too to open up the nerve roots. All of that can help. Yeah. And then here's the good thing about Centeno Schultz. They'll tell you if they truly can help you or not. And if it's too far gone, they can't. Even stem cell therapy, true stem cell therapy, which is, of course, what they do. If they do it, if they think it'll help, they'll let you know. And most of the time, if your back's that far gone, it's really not going to rebuild and do what you need. Stem cell therapy has some benefits, but it can't rebuild, joints and little facet joints and all that. But they'll tell you the truth. That's the good part. So when you have an appointment, they'll tell you. They'll tell you the truth. That's what I like about them. It's not like these chiropractor schlocks who are doing amniotic fluids and fake stem cells and calling them real. And it's not like Dr. Dean Jones, who's a chiropractor. He's one of the worst. It's not like them. So if you go to Centeno Schultz, they're MDs. They know what they're doing. They'll tell you the truth.
Hey, a lot of these chiropractors like Dr. Dean Jones there are starting to sell something for people with diabetes. They aim a laser at you or something and get rid of... You know what? What is that, though?
Here's what they are, those chiropractors. Here's what they are. You know those stores you would see with the yellow signs that said VCR repair, then VCRs went away, and then they said DVD repair? And vacuums and blenders and then computers, and they keep adding to the sign. That's what the chiropractors do. They find a gimmick and put it up on a sign. Really, Mark, I mean, for chiropractors to advertise they can help with diabetes is absolutely stupid.
Well, it's amazing. You walk into some of these offices, and they actually work on almost any ailment you have now.
Yeah, they do anything but back adjustments. Here's the bottom line, Lee. Here's the thing. Centeno Schultz will tell you the truth about stem cell. It could have some benefit. It'll never, they'll never just do it if they don't think it'll help a little. As far as surgery, I personally wouldn't go through that surgery because I've had it done, and it does, not the rod, but the other stuff, and it doesn't really have long-lasting effects because the arthritis builds up again. Now, truly, I'm going to tell you, there really is no cure. There really isn't. Not really, because you're old and it's arthritic and it's going to happen, okay? But there are coping mechanisms, okay? Some of the coping mechanisms are chiropractic to keep your back straight and healthy. Physical therapy with Colorado Pain Care is giving me tremendous help. I never realized what I was doing wrong and what I should do right until I went there. And it's not like regular physical therapy. These guys give you actual tools and then help mobilize your back with trigger points and stuff. The other thing is they have pain treatment to get you over the hump, actual pain treatment. So they're not mutually exclusive. You see what I'm saying? I do. So you can go to Centeno and see what they say they can do, and then go to Colorado Pain Care. But I wouldn't go to Colorado Pain Care first, and here's why. Because if they do an injection of steroids and stuff, it can mess up the stem cells. So I would first see if you can get help. They'll tell you if they can help you or not. If they can, give it a run if you want. If not, then, move on. Even if you do stem cells and you need more help, then go to Colorado Pain Care, and I would mix that with, and Colorado Pain Care would include the physical therapy, and then I would mix it, and they take all insurance, all major insurance, and then I would probably do chiropractic. So that's what I would do. I don't think I would do surgery, only because it really doesn't have any long-lasting effects. And it's a lot of stress, and it's really that's just my own opinion. Now we might have people listening that say, "Oh, you know what? I've had tremendous success with back surgeries." And who knows what YouTube is going to censor when we talk about back pain? Maybe we're not. Maybe we're giving out false information. No, I'm serious. We have to.
Well, I've had 2 separate injection sessions over the last.
What kind of injections?
5, 6 months. Whatever they do, steroid, with a physician under
imagery.
Yeah.
So they went deep. They went deep into the joint. Did they do any nerve? Did they do any nerve blocking? Do you know?
I don't have a clue. I just know he was in there, and there's going to be this and that, and I mean, he didn't specifically say what they did. I didn't specifically ask.
Find out. Okay, because it does matter. Find out.
Okay.
But Like I said, I hope I answered you, Lee. It's not one or the other. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We got more coming up.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Ross.
Oh my God. Oh, thank God I'm getting some relief. You know, after I got that bed and I started getting out of pain, I couldn't believe it. I said, this was what Dan must be talking about, no pain. Then I got that pain, you know, April 1st after that fucking vaccine. Oh.
From the Bedford Sports
After my,
525 overall.
My only pain is seeing Mark's face.
Is what?
Seeing Mark's face.
You know what I think happened more and more? I think it wasn't the vaccine. I think it was at the same time I also had my pellets implanted.
Oh.
I think we did nerve damage there.
And that is really slowing traffic.
From your pellets? Really? What nerve was in your ass?
Well, fucking all kinds of sciatic shit. I think it caused some.
They must have went deep.
20% chance of an afternoon thunderstorm and a high of 76.
Are you doing that still?
That's what she said. I had a neighbor that said that on all the time, man.
What?
Eddie, that's what she said. Non-stop.
What did she say?
It was a he. That's what she said.
She said you must have went deep.
Colorado Pain Care, that's what I'm doing to get out of pain, really. Now, obviously, I go to a chiropractor once in a while, and with Colorado Pain Care, what I like is the immediate help they give you, and then the long-term solution they work with you on, and then also the physical therapy. They do a complete approach, and then, of course, you can do other things like stop doing the things that hurt you and learn how to live with a healthy back. All of these things you can do through ColoradoPainCare.com. That's what they do. They're dedicated to getting you out of pain, getting your life back. They work with all major insurance. Give them a call, 303-GOT-PAIN. 303-GOT-PAIN. Another pain, a pain in the ass, is investing money when you don't know where you should invest it. How about Become the Banker? It's a very safe, conservative investment. It's a guaranteed 4%. Hey, you may think that's not the world, but it's 4% tax-free. And then they can show you how to get that back tax-free in retirement. In fact, you can use it through your life instead of using credit cards and instead of getting bank loans. That's why they call it Become the Banker, because you become the banker. So find out more. That 4% is also increased with a 1% dividend that's been being paid for years and years and years. So becomethebanker.org. Find out more, becomethebanker.org.
COSHotTubs.com of Colorado Springs is one of the only hot tub dealers.
You know, really, if you think about it, when we talk about alternative medicine of any kind,
yeah, you're right.
I'll guarantee you that the World Health Organization doesn't buy into homeopathy or anything. I'll guarantee.
Oh, that's a good point.
I don't know. Right. No, Mark, I'm serious. Then you would be surprised because they're all.
How about what's the one they do in China all the time with the needles? I bet you they believe in that.
Yeah, but that's not homeopathy, or that's not even. Okay, what about something?
That is homeopathy, isn't it?
No, it isn't.
Well, what is it?
It's acupuncture.
And trust standards over
homeopathy is completely different. Homeopathy is essence of remedies that you put under your tongue.
Oh.
Oh, you mean they put it on there to see if you have strength or whatever?
No, that's kinesiology. Homeopathy is the theory of like.
It's like acid.
Okay, the theory of homeopathy is for
homeopathy.
Okay, listen. They introduce it to you for your body to fight it like a vaccine. But the controversy with homeopathy is they break it down so much. Like, let me give you an example of like something for the throat, which would be a basis of strep. They keep breaking it down and breaking it down. So if you tested the essence, the remedy, there would be nothing in it that you could find except the medium, which is a pill, a sugar circle, a sugar BB, a little sugar BB. But it's mixed in with the remedy, and it's diluted and diluted and diluted and diluted and diluted.
And they feel, fight a little bit.
They feel that the people who make remedies feel that just the vibration of the molecules touching those remedies make the remedies useful. There are other people that say it is absolute bullshit that these little homeopathy remedies don't do anything. You know, so it depends on who you ask. There are people that swear by it. They put a few little dots of something under their tongue and they say, oh, it helps. And there are others who say it's absolute bullshit.
We are the leaders in the industry with decades of experience.
But you know what they do with that.
When I use homeopathy, I use it and I figure, well, what the hell, it ain't gonna hurt. Because that's for sure. It ain't gonna hurt.
They build up tolerance to stuff you're allergic to.
Right. That's how I think the homeopathy.
Yeah, well, that's technically, that could be a form of it. Could be.
A perfect example is why there's so many people that are.
That's a form of it, I guess. Well, though that's not what people. When you say homeopathy, that's right. Normally not what they're talking about.
But they did say a lot of people. The reason there's so many peanut allergies now is because pregnant women weren't eating like peanut butter and stuff while they were pregnant.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Why weren't they eating peanut butter?
I don't know. I guess
I've never heard that.
No.
It's like some made-up shit. Honest to God, I never. When they get pregnant and don't eat peanut butter,
they're off peanut butter. I'm off hot water.
Did you eat peanut butter when you were pregnant? Dan saying women don't eat peanut butter.
I didn't say that.
Have you ever heard that before, Tom? Seriously, I've never heard that. Okay. Where do you come up with this?
I don't know. Just like I'm off hot water.
Women don't eat peanut butter when they're pregnant.
I didn't say that.
Tomorrow on the Troubleshooter show.
You say a little bit more. Off.
I've never heard that.
Hi, Tom Martino.
Our Troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Waterpros.net, the best water systems for the lowest prices. Waterpros.net for water conditioning, under $2,000 fully installed. And then don't forget to get your insurance checkup at 303-996-9000. That's Compass Insurance Group, the Insurance Help Center. A free insurance checkup, 303-996-9000. People save thousands. Okay, now, let's keep going. And we have Mike who wants to make a rant. Go ahead, Mike. What's your rant?
Hey, Tom. My rant is Home Depot. This time every year, Home Depot and Lowe's fill their stores with seasonal stuff that blocks aisles, creates fire code violations. You just can't move around. They start projects and don't finish. I mean, if there's an active shooter situation at a Home Depot right now, people would be tripping over themselves. They'd be falling over product that's just placed everywhere. I don't know what they're doing and what they're thinking and how they can get away with it. And they really need to really think about the almighty dollar is not as important as people's health and safety, and they need to get these aisles cleared so that people can walk down them, push a cart down them, move lumber
I've never even thought of that stuff. I mean, does that bother you that much? I think.
Oh my God! I just left one, and it was a cluster, absolute cluster mess. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Huh? Okay.
It's ridiculous. I don't want to pick one out because there are many Home Depots, but they're very, very disheveled and they're just disorganized.
You know what? I never saw that as a problem, but I'm going to look next time. I do know some of these older hardware stores have really, you know, the ones with the wood floors and the narrow aisles, the old Aces and the old, you know what I mean? I love hardware stores, but those kinds have, I think they can get crowded. All right. I want to take people, who are waiting a while. Deborah, go ahead, Deborah. What's happening?
Hi, Tom. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, Deborah.
I'm calling because my daughter and I purchased a car from a private party, and when she went to title it today, we found out that the title had been tampered with and that it was really, a rebuilt title and just all kinds of stuff.
Now, you don't have the same, it's still the same. You can't really do it without disclosure, but they don't have a license to be taken away like a licensed dealer would. But you say you bought a car from private party. Are you sure it's a private party? A lot of these people sell a bunch of cars and they make it look like a private party. So how long did they own this car? Do you know?
Well, that's the thing. We looked at the title and we contacted the original owner, and she said she sold it a couple months ago in April to some guy.
This is a rebuilder.
I don't remember who
this is a rebuilder. This, to me, doesn't sound too much like... listen, let me ask you, what kind of car is it?
A Subaru Impreza.
What year? The year?
Honestly, Tom, I'm not sure.
When was it?
I'm not sure. My daughter...
Can you give me an idea? Is it old? Is it new? Is it like 2000?
It's pretty old. I think it's like a 2004 or something like that.
Okay. Listen.
Was it totaled?
How many miles on it, first of all?
Well, we don't know because the odometer was rolled back. It says 125, but DMV
how do you know it's been? How do you know it's been?
DMV said. Sorry, my daughter went to title it today. They told her that the title had been tampered with, the mileage had been changed on the title.
Then you need to sue him in small claims court. What did you pay for it?
$2,400. Well, the thing is, we can't find the guy now. We bought it off of Facebook. He deleted his profile. We don't know who he is or where he is. We don't even know what to do with the car.
Well, you can't do anything. You just have to try to get it fixed up and use it. I mean, or do you throw your money away?
No, what do you mean fixed up and used it?
Well, what I'm saying is...
You can't even get it titled.
Did they say you couldn't title it?
Yeah, they said we couldn't title it.
Why?
Well, this title...
You can title salvage cars. Why can't... I just need to know why you can't title it.
It sounds like the title's somewhat phony.
Well, yeah, they changed... I mean, the title... It says it doesn't say that it's rebuilt. It has different mileage on it than what's actually on the car.
Why did they say you could not title it? Was it not signed properly? You even said you went to the original owner. So somewhere along the line, this guy bought it. Did he present you a title?
Yeah, he did, but the title was tampered with.
Okay. When you say tampered with, did he actually there's still an original title. You still have the title if it was tampered with. Did he make up the title completely is what I'm asking.
No.
Okay. No. Then what about it? Why can't you get it titled? Did he sign it over on the back?
He didn't. He skipped title. It was the original owner on the back. We contacted her. She said we sold it to a guy. When we went to the DMV, the numbers had been scratched out on the title, and numbers had been changed on the mileage.
Okay, then that's totally different. He really... So basically, they will not... is this car not supposed to be on the road? Did they say that? Because he never actually rebuilt it then, right?
No, and
if it was totaled, how was it totaled? How is it still driving if it was a total wreck? He must have done something to it.
I don't think she'd know.
Well, what I'm asking you, is there damage on it? Can you drive it?
Oh, yeah, it's totally drivable.
Well, how did the woman say she was in an accident, or was it hail? What was it?
She didn't say anything like that. It was the DMV that said that the title is all wrong.
Okay.
The mileage is wrong. It should say rebuilt title on it. It doesn't say rebuilt title on it.
So it does have a rebuilt title.
He never titled it in his name. So we don't even know who we bought it from, I guess, really.
Okay. You can't find the guy. What name did he give you? What name did he give you? Do you have a name?
It was an altered title. His Oslo or something like that. We just contacted him off of Facebook.
Look, man, this is one of these deals. I don't even know what to say.
There's nothing we can do. She just lost the money. You lost every dime.
We can put you in touch with someone that'll take it to Mexico and give you a few hundred for it. I mean, that's about it.
Deborah, there's nothing illegal about that. But, Deborah, what about... I need to know something. This guy, I mean, did you even think about getting this car checked out?
No, honestly, Tom, we were...
Or doing a Carfax or anything?
No, we didn't.
Oh, my God. I mean, we'd be happy to help you next time around. But, Deborah, just out of curiosity, really, what were you hoping we could do? Because I'd like to help you, but what were you hoping for? That maybe what?
We just don't know what to do with the car.
You can sell it. We can get you at least some money for it.
Even with the title being... I don't know how to correct the title.
You don't have to.
Or anything.
You don't have to.
Okay.
But you're not going to
Okay,
get
well-
a lot of money for it.
No, and I realize that. I mean, it was...
You know, Jim
also-
Janicelli's listening. He just said if she can get in touch with that original owner, which she said she already did.
Put in for lost title.
She can do a lost title and sign.
I was going to say that too. At least you can drive it. See, is it drivable right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
So here's something. And I was going to say that, like Janicelli said, if that woman, if you can get in touch with the previous owner and say, listen, we got screwed by this guy, would you be kind enough to apply for a lost title and then sign it over to us?
Interesting, though, because it's salvaged, she probably still would have to get everything signed off by State Patrol.
That's right. But
so, I mean, they're going to be putting money into this thing.
No, well, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe the car is done correctly. We're assuming that. Here's what I'm saying. One thing at a time. At least call the previous owner and ask her if she would apply. Just tell her this guy skipped and you need a clean title. And then you're not holding her responsible for anything. Can she get a lost title, sign it over to you, and then you can work, if it's a branded title, you can then work to get a state police inspection so you can drive it. Just see if she'll do it. We'll guide you through it one step at a time.
I don't know, man.
What don't you know about
Pure these all night.
it? See, when was it salvaged? That owner? So it's because it sounds like he only had it for a couple months. But what? I've never heard about people scratching out VIN numbers. Why would they do that?
On the title. I have no idea. Well, it might have been a total phony baloney title. We don't know. Why would they? There makes no sense to scratch out numbers on a title.
Well, to make it lower mileage, you would.
No, I thought it was
what they were saying.
I thought it was VIN numbers and stuff like that.
They said they said she scratched out something with the VIN numbers and then altered the mileage.
Yeah.
All night. Unlike other sleep aids, our extended
Why don't you go buy it, Dan?
helps you sleep longer and longer. ZQL Pure Z's all night. Fall asleep, stay asleep.
John Fuller will give you free legal advice after a car accident. If there are injuries, call John Fuller after, of course, you take care of all of it at the scene. But before the dust settles, before too long, get an idea of what your rights are. It's so important that you get proper legal information, and you can get it free from John Fuller. He'll go over what that case is worth and how to collect, if it's even possible to collect, and if he can help you. There's no obligation to hire him, and if you do, it's on contingency, meaning he only collects a small portion of what he collects for you. 303-597-4500. 597-4500. You can find John Fuller at referralist.com. On referralist.com, you'll also find Rocky Mountain IV Medics. These are the people that come to your home and give you IV therapy, and it costs you the same as if you went to a hydration bar. So why would you pay and go to a hydration bar when you can get it right in the comfort of your home? You can call or text for same-day appointments. Whether you're fatigued, dehydrated, maybe you have a hangover, a migraine, you're not feeling well for any reason. IV is one of the most common therapies. Rocky Mountain, IVmedics.com, 720-987-2155, 720-987-2155.
New York Times bestseller.
So your Hyundai will have bumper to bumper till 60, right? Your one you're selling?
Yeah, so it's got about 20,000 miles more bumper to bumper.
And that is bumper to bumper. It's just that drivetrain after 60, you have to be original owner, right?
Or you got to buy it certified from a Hyundai dealer.
Right.
That's why if you look, you're selling for about, I'm selling mine for under 15. Every other one listed anywhere is 17 plus. It costs the dealer.
Why are you selling it?
Because it costs, if you buy it from the dealer, you get that 100,000 mile.
Clean, just like washing your
dry
hands.
drain. That's just dry drain.
Gets rid of germs.
Yeah, 60 is the same.
But neti pots are hard to use and, frankly, kind of.
But
now there's a better way to keep your nose clean and help.
It costs the dealer about $1,000
Certified?
to certify it.
Really?
Yeah, because they got to do it. They got to do something for Hyundai. In other words, they do something that Hyundai wants done because Hyundai is the one transferring the warranty.
Right. So it's basically like an SOS inspection on steroids. They gotta do.
Guarantee of satisfaction.
Yeah, but they got to, I think they actually pay Hyundai. Hyundai somehow makes money on it because they're the ones that extend the warranty.
How much time do I have?
You know what? That's a question people have been asking for years.
I can't.
What do you got going?
2.5 minutes.
You can pee fast.
Yeah, if I can't. Oh, Bob Logan.
If you can.
Bob Logan needs some love. Think about, like, with a lot of people might be thinking of AC. Does it have to be matched to the exact furnace? Or just give him some love. I'll be right back. Give him some love.
You're good at that.
You know what? I'm going to have Dan give him some love.
You could really get Bob. Remember that one? Remember what he really hated? Because remember I said about what my old man, what my dad said?
What?
Remember I said about what my dad said?
Oh, yeah, shot in the sheets.
You know, like, try to be good. I come in
American citizens know and trust standards over hearsay.
Shot in the sheets.
This is what we do.
Oh, my God, he's deaf. Why does he keep this up so loud?
If you're having leg pain,
People hate it.
redness,
Oh, it drives me insane.
don't wait. Could be deep vein thrombosis, a blood clot which could travel to your
YouTubers hate it too.
or pulmonary embolism, which could cause chest pain or discomfort or difficulty breathing and be deadly.
Man, I did sleep good last night, I will say, after that workout, dude. We played for a long time, man. 2 hours, 10 minutes.
I know what Trump feels like.
Ross couldn't squeak a game out, man. He tried. I wonder where our buddy was, too.
Was it Tuesdays or Thursdays?
I don't remember.
I got his number.
You got H? See if he'll play Cutthroat tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? Yeah. Oh, I was watching. Check this out, man. Shark Tank. This is ingenious. So there's golf courses everywhere, and of course the only thing you do on a golf course is play golf, right? So this dude came out with this golf club that it looks like a lacrosse stick, but it looks like a golf club. So you put the golf ball in it, and you can shoot it like that, like 250 yards. So then you can lop it up. So you're playing with this one club the whole time. But then when you get on the green, it's actually a putter. And it's like lacrosse golf. I thought it was fucking pretty cool.
They probably won't put it on the course.
All right, 303
713-8255. I want to go to Bob Logan. He's with Plumline on a referral list at referrallist.com. And Bob's one of the owners of Plumline. Hey, Bob, do I got you up?
Yes, how you doing, Mark?
I'm doing good, man. I got a question for you. We had it come in through email, and I'm very curious about it, okay? If your air conditioner breaks and it's not worth fixing, but your furnace is, say, newer for whatever reason, do you have to match it with the exact same brand, the exact same efficiency, or can I have one brand of a furnace and a completely different brand of an air conditioner?
That's a great question, Mark, and one we get quite a bit. The answer is yes, you can mix and match. The manufacturers, you know, a lot of furnaces and air conditioning systems are communicating systems right now. So depending on the type of system you have, that could cause some challenges. But for many of the systems, you can just add an air conditioner without any issues at all.
And can they be but isn't it wise to change them both, though? I mean, don't you get a better deal if you do it at the same time? I'm not trying to say you need to do it, but I mean, let's say if your furnace is 10 years or older. Wouldn't it be better?
Well, yeah, definitely. It's 10 years old. When Mark was saying newer, I was thinking, 1 or 2 or maybe 3
No.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, that's what Mark meant. But I was just curious if it's older. Because are there better deals? Because the labor's not that much more, is it, to do a furnace?
That's exactly right. If you're adding an air conditioner to an existing furnace, the labor to do the whole system is probably an extra couple of hours.
Yeah,
so
that's the thing.
It's going to be an all-day project one way or the other, and if you have to come back for a whole second day to do the other part down the road, it's going to cost you quite a bit more, probably 30-40% more.
All right, we got more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
Hey guys, you've been hearing a lot about how well CBD has been working.
But Mark, weren't you looking
Hey, that lady with the title, give her Jim Janicelli's number. He'll help her.
Weren't you just asking?
He just told me, yeah, that's cool.
Weren't you just about asking the outside unit, the condenser part? Right.
About it.
Because couldn't you? I don't know why you'd have to change that out if that was so good. If as long as the inside,
How much do you think it would cost to do just the condenser, though? No. I'll do something else. We're good.
She hung up.
Oh, okay.
The lady with the title.
I'll do one Paragon.
We don't got our number.
Sometimes I can catch it on caller ID. Sometimes I can't. Just depends on the caller ID.
Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't.
Sometimes you're married to one.
So said Dan's ex.
What did Mark say last? He won all the games?
He came home crying, help me. I'm in so much pain.
Oh, I was in pain too.
Rub my feet, rub my hands.
I tell you what, my arm was so sore from serving so much.
I'm going to call the ambulance for both of you. Ambulance.
I don't think Rox likes the way we talk crap.
He's not used to it.
He's not used to it. And that's nothing, Cody.
Hey, Daniel, how come I ran 6 miles yesterday while you were doing that? I'm not sore.
Good point.
Just saying.
Good point.
I don't know. Get better shoes. I had those heavy shoes on, remember?
Hey, I know where you got your shoes.
We get to start playing that.
You know what?
All the guests will forgot about it.
Ant owes me lunch over that because I got him when I was even on COVID leave at home.
But I get 3 to 75% of your lunches on that because I invented it.
Dude, if I gave you 75% of my lunches, Tom would still owe me about 300 lunches.
This is ABC News. A former British government.
I think he owes me a buffet too somewhere.
I thought all the lunches were buffets.
You guys, for line 1, I'm hoping to make him a referral list member. So,
Mobile RV guy.
and he does warranty work but how he works is the customer pays him, but then he gets it reimbursed to them.
Yeah, that's a gamble, though.
Yeah,
I don't know, have to ask him.
And how he gets that would be
I don't
the
know,
thing.
but he's a
Because that's
nice
Ed,
guy.
The other Ed, the guy that you guys are using, Ed?
Yeah, I don't know anything about him.
He hasn't come out to your place yet?
No, he was at. I liked him.
Does he
he's
do
a very
warranty
nice
work?
guy.
But only right by us. Like, seriously.
Yeah. Does he do warranty work?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
This
Right.
guy does.
I know.
In
How
general,
he gets that. How
he could
gets
be
that.
good for, I don't know, but he just, for mobile repair.
It sounds great depending on how they sign off on it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if the manufacturer
Yeah.
gives pre-approval, then I'm like, that's cool.
Right.
But if I gotta pay and then maybe they'll reimburse me, I'm not digging that.
Right, but regardless of the warranty stuff, just having a mobile RV repair guy, I don't know, it sounds good.
I would like to see what Eddie would charge for a thing and then what Century RV would charge for the same thing he had to bring it to. You know, like a non-warranty issue.
And you're going to send that lady his info, right, Paula? Okay.
Dude, I've got 6 hits on my car now. 6.
Did you just call me dude?
I was talking to Dan.
You were looking at
call
me.
you.
Why is it his car? Is it your car, too?
It's probably in my name. It's probably my car. It's my house. It's my car. It's my RV.
So Abby doesn't mind giving up that car?
Oh, she loves her
She
Kona.
got a new Kona.
She got the brand new 2021 Kona. It is so
What's the
cute.
edition called? The night edition.
The night edition. Look it up, Daniel.
So
It
check
is
this out,
cute.
man. I bought that one in 18. I'm going to sell it for $1,500 more than when I bought it.
I know. I thought it was 13.
The fucking Elantra, $1,500 more. $1,500 more than I bought it.
Wait a minute. You bought that Elantra for how much?
$13,500.
I remember that.
I'm selling it for $14,900. I got 6 people. I had one guy says, "I'll buy you and give you cash today."
How did you buy a new car for 13?
Oh, they were giving all. It was a year old. It was a year old, wasn't it?
It was.
What year
It
was
was
that?
brand new, and it was.
year?
It's 18.
But you bought it in 19.
I probably bought it in 19.
Yeah.
I do that with all my
right,
cars.
Right. No,
And,
I remember that. I remember when you got it.
Fuck, I couldn't believe it. Here's what happened. Check it out. It's even better than that. I forgot this part. Her original Elantra was a 17. Okay, it was a brand new one we bought her. She gets rear-ended. Car gets totaled.
That's right.
They gave me more money on the total than what I paid for hers, and I bought her a brand new one that has way more shit for less. I actually made money on the fucking insurance
On the
one.
total one.
On the total one. And now I'm making money on it again.
I can't believe they totaled it for a rear.
You know what? These assholes that say Hyundais, oh, they don't have any resale. Fuck you. And one of you is probably on YouTube. Fuck you. I have made money on Hyundai selling them.
But right now, used cars are at a premium.
Oh, they're ridiculous. That's why with that new Kona, man, we picked that up for, it's the night edition, dude. It is fucking gorgeous. Under
What
21.
does that mean, night?
It's got bigger rims. It's got, I don't know, it's bullshit. I mean, it's just got more bullshit.
They got those low-profile tires?
But hold on, I picked it up for 21. I had to go back and forth for about 3 days. I ended up getting it at Rapo Hyundai. The lowest anybody else would come down to on that edition was like 24. So when I sell that, I'll make money on it.
Are they low-profile tires? I hate those.
Not like my Genesis. No, it really doesn't.
Check email. I knew that was coming, and so did you.
Mark.
All right, let me tell you about Paragon Services. These guys are great. You ever have any issue, and I mean any issue whatsoever with your homeowner's insurance, Matt, the owner, will step in, and he will help you big time. In fact, when my homeowner's company told me that I didn't have any damage, Matt got me $70,000 from them, and I'm not kidding. Paragon Services, the easiest way to remember them, and an easy way to remember finding any good companies is you go to referrallist.com. So check them out, Paragon Services at referrallist.com.
Sorry about that, Mark. My bad.
You're good.
Wonderful and downright absurd relationships. Fall in love with Ridiculous Romance, the podcast where real-life spouses Diana and Eli talk about the wildest and most interesting romantic.
God almighty, his fucking topics on fucking podcast. What is this fucking world coming to?
Listen to Ridiculous Romance on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. It's Ross Kaminsky. Mornings at 6.
10 seconds, you're all the way back in. Contributor Dr. Nicole Sapphire suggests that when they told us to follow the science, they really meant follow our politics. Nicole joins us Thursday morning at 8:05.
Yeah. I'll handle this because it's 30 regardless. I don't care. I'll take.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. What's going on in your life this hour? Brought to you by Harris Family Law, the place for comfort and representation and clarity when it comes to family law situations. Rich Harris started this firm with one thing in mind. He wanted to represent people but keep conflict to a minimum and anger to a minimum, thereby keeping legal fees to a minimum. That's the whole idea, is a divorce or family law issues with value because they don't think you have to spend the world. 303-515-5000, 515-5000, harrisfamilylaw.com. Here's the important thing. They do early neutral assessments. It's called a neutral assessment because they look at your divorce through the lens of a judge and they say, here's what probably will happen. and give you an idea if you want to go through with it or how you want to go through with it. HarrisFamilyLaw.com, 303-515-5000. Now, I'm going to take Mindy, who's been waiting a while. Hi, Mindy. How can we help you?
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
I had gotten into an accident, and the other insurer was at fault, so I had to rent an SUV. And the insurance only paid partial of my when I rented the SUV for a couple of weeks.
What do you mean they only pay partial?
Yeah, they only did a $40 per day is what they put on the check. They just did a set fee of $40 per day.
I don't understand. What kind of an accident?
Just the guy went through the stop sign and came across the road and hit me.
Oh, so it's his insurance is paying for it.
Correct.
Okay, you don't have a contract with them, so that you can get whatever you need. It's a loss, but he only has the coverage for $40 a day, so that's what they're offering you. That doesn't mean you have to accept it.
That's I don't know about that, Tom. I mean, I don't think she can demand more. I guess she could take him to court and demand more.
Hold on. What this woman is entitled to is loss as a result of the accident.
That's right.
Okay. So part of that loss would be loss of use, which would mean a substitute vehicle for a reasonable price. In other words,
for a reasonable amount of time, generally 10 days.
Well, it depends, I guess. I guess you're right. It would depend on what's reasonable. Now, it's so much per day. First of all, they're not even meeting you per day, are they?
No, they didn't.
What's your per day price for rental?
Well, it doesn't include the taxes. Because I had to get...
No, here, Mindy, all I'm asking is this. You have a per day price, and they're offering a per day price. How much difference? You don't have... In other words, they have to pay what your per day price is.
Only, though, for the rental, not for all the mop and glow those people sell you, all the insurances. So if you're counting that stuff...
Of course not. No, just the basic rental. Are they paying the daily rate for the basic rental?
No.
How much short are they on it?
So from what I calculated, it was they give me a check for $560.
No, Mindy, okay.
And my rental came to $870.
That's going to be too hard. Okay, I need to know, because that gets into the number of days. There's a reason I'm asking this. Your per day rate, if it's reasonable for that type of vehicle, they have to pay that per day rate, okay? Now, in addition to the per day rate, then you have the number of days, okay? That they only have to pay what is reasonable. Like, for example, they don't have to pay 60 days. How many days did you rent it?
For 12 days.
Now, that's not unreasonable. Why? Now, just because they only offer 10 days doesn't mean you only accept 10 days. But it depends on why it was 12 days. So, okay.
That was when my vehicle was fixed. I was able to go and pick it up on that day, on the last day. So I returned.
But the other party's insurance says they're only paying for 10 days, right?
It doesn't say anything about 10 days. They paid for all the days.
Oh, good.
They just set it at $40 a day.
And how much is yours per day? That's what I'm getting at. What is your rental per day on your agreement?
I don't know what mine was $57.25.
Okay, so there's a difference of $17 a day. That's what I was trying to get at. That difference cannot be, as Mark pointed out, extra insurance or extra stuff. Was that okay? Then if I were you, I would go after the other driver for 12 times $17.
Or ask the insurance first.
Right. In other words, that just because the other insurance company will not pay you doesn't mean you're not entitled to it.
And it's the same kind of vehicle?
Paying the tax.
Is it the same kind of vehicle?
It's
similar.
It's an SUV. Yeah.
And yes, they need to pay the tax on it. Yes. That's
yeah.
part
None of that was put in. It was just a flat $40. Even if they paid me at the $57.25, it was still lower than what they gave me, or mine was higher than what they gave me.
Okay. Again, Mindy, you have no contract with that other insurance company. You are not limited. The only thing that limits you is what's called common sense. That's how the law operates. So, if you're asking for common sense reimbursement, you should get it.
Yes.
If the insurance company is not going to pay for it, you need to go after the other driver. This other driver is responsible to you, not his insurance. You should not be fighting with the other insurance company. So, you have a choice. Do you go after him? First, ask the insurance company and tell them you're going to file a lawsuit against the other party if you don't get the additional money. What does it come to? You said 17. Is there more with taxes?
No.
Okay, then 17 times 12. That's $204. Now, unfortunately, you got to spend $50 to get that in small claims court. But I would include the $50 for the small claims court in my cost.
Okay.
That's really, that's what you should do. We can't make the insurance company pay more than this guy's coverage.
Oh.
No, but they might. I mean, it's such a little amount.
They might. I would put up, listen, I would raise hell, Mindy, and say, you're going to sue the other guy. You're going to sue him.
Did you, out of curiosity, was there any injuries?
Mindy?
I'm sorry?
Were there any injuries?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because
that's why I was surprised they would.
You know what? You sound, Mindy. I got to ask you something. You sound so bummed out over kind of our answer. What are you thinking? What were you thinking we would say?
Oh no, I'm not bummed out for your answer. I was just bummed out because I thought maybe if I wrote them and said, used.
I think if you sent that receipt
you can write them.
I think if you sent that receipt in to the other person's insurance company,
right,
and there's no extras or anything on there, I think they probably would reimburse you.
And you may say something like this, Mindy, although you got to be really, now let me put it to you this way. This is what I would do. I would say, you know something? I was really nice about this whole thing. I didn't even go to a personal injury attorney, and I was thinking about it. I just want I just want my rental reimbursed before I start looking for legal counsel. Nothing wrong with that. And you know what? You watch. You watch how fast you get that check. You watch.
No longer mile high. Quit saying that.
The next day, chaos. Missing on 9/11 is the podcast that seeks to answer the question, what happened to Sneha?
There was not a trace of her. Nothing. Not a credit card transaction, nothing taken out of her account, no emails, no phone calls. Nothing. How does that happen?
Listen to Missing on 9/11 on the iHeartRadio app.
Granite Liquidators is the place to go to buy wholesale countertop material. If it comes in a slab, you'll find it at graniteliquidators.com. Here's what I love about Granite Liquidators. You shop there first for your stone. You shop the entire slabs in the yard. You don't pick from a tiny little sample. Now, once you pick your slab, they'll put your name on it and hold it for you until your contractor comes pick it up. So, 5075 Tabor Street in Wheat Ridge, but you don't have to remember that. Just go to their website and look around. GraniteLiquidators.com. You will pay the same price that contractors pay. Isn't that nice? So then you can have anybody do the countertop you want, like, the Art of Granite or one of our other fine people. So GraniteLiquidators.com for marble, quartz, quartzite, granite, whatever it comes in a slab. That's graniteliquidators.com. When we have estate issues, who do we go to? Well, you may think, what is an estate issue, first of all? Well, it can be anything to do with someone dying or on their deathbed, what they own, what they're passing on, what you own, what you're passing on, even what to do with their medical care while they're dying. You know, all of this can be handled in an estate plan. And you can get an estate plan by simply contacting BlakeHarrisLaw.com. What I love about how Blake works is he'll answer your questions. 833-ASK-BLAKE. He doesn't charge for that. He only charges for what he actually does for you. That's BlakeHarrisLaw.com, 833-ASK-BLAKE. Whether it's a will, a trust, facing probate, or avoiding probate. Read his article on the 10 biggest estate planning mistakes in my new consumer magazine, 303consumer.com. That's where you download the digital magazine, 303consumer.com. Look for his article in the center piece. That's BlakeHarrisLaw.com, 833-ASK-BLAKE.
Daniel, can you mute us? I have a question for the guys. Just mute us on the video.
Is coming to the Denver region for the 2021 Kingdom Business Summit, June 16th through the 18th at Charis Bible College in Woodland Park, Colorado. At the Kingdom Business Summit, you'll gain practical business tools from Maxwell and other top business leaders. Plus, you'll enjoy ample networking opportunities. Register today at kingdombusinesssummit.net. Use the exclusive code KBS21iHeart for a substantial discount.
Hey there, homeowners. Are you experiencing pipe leaks? Is your water bill unexpectedly high? Or are you suffering?
As long as we manage expectations.
I'd say
Tom,
3
that's
days,
so hard to
3
do.
days a week. How about Monday, Wednesday, Friday we book guests?
And we just said, that's all we're allowed. You know, we got to keep it to a minimum.
Well, we can always change it. That's no big deal.
Now,
Okay, because once somebody's going to say, I haven't been on it,
what was that thing you said you saw coming?
But remember, it's the
I didn't
7th.
get the email.
Well, that we're on right now. I don't want to talk about that right now. I know.
Anyway.
I'm like furious.
I know you were included in the email.
You know how many hoops I jumped through for that? I can't even.
Yeah.
tell you.
Anyway. Okay, so Monday.
No
Wednesday,
good deed.
Mark, so Tom, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and put Friday back as car day,
Yeah.
and do 2 guys per day.
Yes, but
car day?
remember, it's not till the 7th. Or
I understand that, but she wants emails the Friday before, so I'm going to be busy scheduling, especially if I end up out of
You
town.
better ask them too. If they're not vaxxed, they got to wear a mask. No shit or whatever.
Oh, good point.
Yeah.
Okay, but we're not checking proof, are we? We're not going.
No, I don't even know
guys
what
aren't
you
gonna
would.
make
I don't
me-
even know
Think
what.
about it, but we kept them for a long time. But now I'm free to pursue something else.
Yeah.
Are they getting off the referral list too?
I don't know. I haven't replied yet. I got to calm down before I
I
reply.
guess, but the
What
other
did they
thing is,
say?
I'll send it to you. You're on it. You're on the damn.
Well, I didn't get it. What did they say? Did they say anything like?
But if you're having an irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, don't wait. This could be a serious condition like atrial fibrillation, which can make you about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you're having these symptoms, don't wait. Talk to a doctor by phone, online, or in person.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
This report is sponsored by Woodley's Fine Furniture.
Mostly cloudy for your Wednesday with a high near 80 degrees. A few isolated storms this afternoon with severe weather over northeastern Colorado. I'm Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather Team meteorologist Kylie Burse.
Woodley's Fine Furniture.
Specializing in handcrafted Colorado. Alright, you guys back on. Comfortable leather furniture imaginable. You will not.
I got a question for you when we come back up.
Because I'll talk to them about ROI. They're fucking crazy.
I know. That's what they're talking about.
I get so many inquiries.
Hey, I got to ask you a question about this car rental. I think we both agree if you're in an SUV and someone wrecks it, they owe you 10 days of a rental or whatever while you're looking for a new car of an SUV. Agreed?
Of course, a
Now,
light car.
okay, but honestly, what happens if it's a Rolls Royce, a Ferrari? Where does the line? I mean, I guess technically they do owe you a Ferrari for 10 days. But what do you think? How does that work?
I think it works like we think it works. I think they truly owe you.
Like vehicle.
Yeah, I mean, but it might be hard to fight that, though. I mean,
that could eat up the minimum of the state $25K quick.
Yeah. We got a question for Plumline from an email about mini splits. We need to explain what a mini split is. The reason they call it mini is because it's small, and a split means they split the head of the air or heat from the body of it, meaning the compressor or the... is it for air and heat or just air, Bob, mini splits?
They're for both air and heat.
Yeah, now what I mean by splitting it is, with a conventional air conditioner, you know, it goes in a wall or in a window, and it's one unit. And in a house where you have whole house air conditioning, central, it's because you have ductwork, so it goes on the furnace and it's distributed through the ductwork. If you don't have the ductwork, or you don't want to retrofit it, or you only have partial ductwork, some people go to a spare room or a new addition and they put in what's called a mini split. That's where part of the wall is cut out and a little attractive grate is put there with the head, and then you have tubes and wires going to a compressor or the heat source or the cooling source outside, and then that's why it's called a split. And they are easy to retrofit in new additions and homes without ductwork. Is that the main reason they do it, Bob?
Yeah, that's correct, Tom. And you know, mini splits have always been fairly popular in Europe. They're just not so much here in the United States, but they have their uses. For example, if you have a boiler system and you wanted to add air conditioning in a master room or a room above a garage.
Bob, that's exactly what the emailer said, but he's got a little mountain house that's got a boiler system and never had AC, so you guys could put that in.
We could, yes, and you're right. So there's an outside unit. We put the head up in the room that's cold, and the newer systems you can have multiple heads on as well. And so if you had 2 or 3 rooms, you could run those off the one outside unit and give you the heating and the cooling to satisfy the temperatures in those rooms.
Would you only use, like if you had a guest bedroom you never used, you just simply, you would even save money because you're not cooling this room at all, right? Because you wouldn't turn it on in that room.
Well, that's true, but you know, for a guest bedroom, it can be pretty pricey to put something in that you're never using anyway.
Oh, that's true.
But yeah, typically what we'll see is like maybe the room above the garage. If they've done everything they possibly can for ductwork modifications and they just can't get that room to stay consistent, it's too hot or too cold. Sometimes people put a mini split up there. Sometimes it's an addition that wasn't planned properly or done properly, and so they get this addition, and it's always 1,000,000 degrees in the summer and too cold in the winter. So we'll go in and put one in the addition. But they're fantastic systems. They have their uses, and yes, we do those as well.
Man, you guys do it all down there. Did we squeeze a good deal out of him? A screaming deal,
Not yet,
Tom?
but we're going to. I'm going to let him think about it. It can be on anything you want, but I'd love to do that. So now, if you have any other questions, email us or send him or call 303-713-TALK. Jeff, by the way, after Jeff, we have some open lines at 303-713-8255. So, Jeff, what's going on? You heard our show. We were talking about RVs, and this one woman was really upset because she couldn't get her RV in. She lives in it. She thought they should pay for an independent repair person. I said, that's going to be really difficult, if not impossible. And you called in. What do you got going on?
Well, we own a mobile RV repair company, so we go out to clients. Instead of them having to bring an RV into a dealership and leave it, we schedule an appointment with them, meet them wherever the RV is, whether it's at their place or at storage, and we can repair it right there.
Man, that is really good. But what do you do for warranty work? I mean, will a manufacturer pay you?
Yes, we're REVA certified, RVIA certified, and as long as the tech of the company is certified through them, then...
What does RVIA certified mean? But let me ask you this. Like, if I call you, like that woman, she has a fifth wheel. She bought a Keystone or whatever it was. What was it from? Yeah, Keystone Avalanche from Century RV. So she bought it, and she said, they said, bring it in. And if she wants service and she calls you, I would be reluctant to pay you. I mean, not because it's not worth it. I mean, if I had one without warranty, I'd pay you in a minute. But I'd be reluctant to pay you with the hope of being reimbursed without getting it pre-authorized. I mean, are you guaranteeing? Go ahead.
We do get it pre-authorized, yes.
Oh!
What happens is, I have those customers, if we don't have time to wait for a manufacturer to reimburse us, some take, multiple months, some don't. If they're going to do a credit card for us right over the phone or email, we'll go ahead and work directly with them. If they're not, then what we do is the customer will call the manufacturer, tell them they're having a problem, tell them they have an RBI certified company that can come out, do the work. That company will authorize us to go out, do a diagnostics on it, and then at that time a case is opened up. We usually speak to them directly on the phone. They open a case, and we can, that way the customer's assured that they're going to get reimbursed, whatever that amount is.
Is it kind of like a car manufacturer when you have a warranty issue, you bring it back to the dealer and the manufacturer pays the dealer maybe, 60% of what it would normally cost? Does it work the same way? Just out of curiosity.
I don't know how the dealerships work it. The way it works with us is I have a set labor rate. The only thing they won't generally reimburse is whatever trip charges are, unless it's a problem that keeps it immobile. In other words, level.
Yeah, I got you. Or the slides won't come in or something.
Yeah, exactly. And then they'll reimburse the trip charge also. Otherwise, they just reimburse the hourly rate and parts.
What's your biggest call, man? Forget about the warranty stuff. Like, what's the #1 call this time of year when everybody's opening up their units? Is it froze during the winter or the slides don't work? What is numero uno?
Yeah, exactly. Plumbing this time of year. Plumbing, and then it turns to air conditioners. But there's everything, that all winter there's furnaces.
What happens to the ACs over the winter? I mean, can they actually freeze? What goes wrong with a sealed AC unit?
Yeah, it doesn't usually break over the winter. What'll happen is the first 2 trips, a wire comes loose, or they run it on their home cord and burn up the compressors. I mean, there's a whole bunch of different things that can happen with air conditioning.
And how far do you go? We've got another mobile guy we've liked that I've used, but he only works in Parker, which is odd. What is your range, Jeff?
We go as far south as Castle Rock, and then we'll go to Evergreen, Conifer.
That's pretty cool service, man. What do you not work on?
Good question.
The only things we don't work on are drivetrains. We don't repack bearings, we don't do brakes, and we don't do black tanks.
Or engine work, right?
Or engines, right. We work on everything else.
Well, so what do you mean then? So you don't work on the drivetrain itself, the engine, the transmission, the axles, that stuff.
Yeah.
Do you work on for example, the generator?
Yeah, we will do most own-in repairs and service.
And the refrigerator, the heating systems, the house itself you work on?
Exactly. The 12-volt systems, too. The 120 systems, everything. We do maintenance. We do annual service plans. We do...
How about if someone wanted to put in one of those automatic satellite dishes? Do you guys do installs like that?
We'll do an install. We don't do any type of programming or anything like that.
Yeah, okay.
But we will install, cables and the hardware and everything. The only things we don't do are programming. There's just too many types of systems.
Hey, give your info. Make sure Suzanne's got your info.
Sure. It's the company is called Rvantage Mobile RV Services. It's rvantagerv.com, and my number is 303-810-0364.
And we're going to have that lady reach out to you, so that's pretty cool that you can help her out under warranty. And anybody listening, if they have warranty issues, he's not on the referral list, so I can't 100% vouch for him, but he sounds pretty straightforward, man. So that's pretty cool. Hold on, Jeff.
Now, we appreciate the time. We appreciate everything. And the thing is this. I wanted to ask one other thing. What is the biggest iron you work on?
What is the biggest what?
Iron, the biggest equipment you work on.
Like a Prevost bus, what?
Do you go to the big 45-footers? Do you go to the little pop-ups? Yeah. What's the biggest and the smallest?
Everything from a pop-up to, 45-foot.
Okay.
Class A. So you name it, we work on it. There's only certain systems that I won't work on. But most everything we do. So
do you have a good source for parts and all that?
No, we don't get too involved in parts. We're a small company, so we try to do a lot of work with the customers as far as obtaining parts.
Oh, okay. But what I'm saying is you do get, you don't stock a lot of parts.
But we stock all electrical and plumbing parts, stuff that's common to most RVs, stuff like water pumps, all of that stuff we do stock. Because, most of your repairs in an RV are electrically related, either 12 volt or 120. It doesn't matter what the system is.
Right.
75-80% of the time we're going to find an electrical problem causing the issue. So we stock all of that, obviously. You'd be surprised, most repairs do not require parts. I'd say at least 70%.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Wow. So that's how many units do you run? How many are you just one unit, one van, or how many mobile units?
We're currently just one van. There's two of us. Myself and my son works for me. So.
Do you stay busy?
Oh, very. Yeah. We fix an average of 4 a day, every day, and sometimes up to 7.
Oh, I just thought of
do you winterize?
Yeah, we winterize, de-winterize, do systems checks.
How about pre-purchase? If someone's looking at buying an RV.
Important.
I will do that. I don't like the conflict, though, because, if we find something wrong, I don't want there to be a conflict if somebody wants us to repair it. I do have other companies that I'll refer most of that work
to.
Good. Cool. We do that, and we do training. The big thing is a lot of people will schedule us just to come out and, hey, show us how to work it. Show us what not to do. I show them what parts that they need to keep with them to make their trips pleasant. They have my phone number. They call me if something breaks. I can walk them through most repairs on the phone.
That's really
so. I never heard of anything like that, Tom, up until a few days ago. I sold mine, by the way, to some guy in Texas, and he told me him and his wife are taking a 2-day course called an RV course, and it's everything this guy just said. I just never heard of it.
Okay, got more coming up.
I learned the hard way. I had to make phone calls. What? Yeah. I had to make freaking phone calls, man. Hey, this isn't working.
How long is warranties good for on an RV usually?
1 year on the house. Most of the time. You might find one with 2 years. And then the manufacturer, it's whatever the drivetrain is. Like Ford is 3 years.
Which he doesn't do.
No, but when you're getting a good check out of one with a motor, you want a guy that can check everything.
But really, the drivetrain is almost like a vehicle itself.
It is a vehicle,
right? So
except most shops can't lift it. That's the biggest pain in the ass.
Driving in or doing stuff, yeah.
Feel the excitement of no limit.
About 10 seconds, get about that.
Oh, and earn more with Caesar Rewards. Visit Isle Casino today.
What is Havana syndrome?
Must be 21 or older to gamble. Know when to stop before you start. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
All right, I'm going to put a challenge out to every business owner out there, a big challenge too. When is the last time you looked at your website, and what is your competition doing? What's the challenge? The challenge is to call getfoundfast.com and figure the answers to those questions out. Then I challenge you to get better than the competition. Here's the bottom line. Your competition, if you're a pizza place in Castle Rock, you can go to Google right now and type in Pizza Delivery Castle Rock. If you're not on that first page, you're missing the calls. The guys at getfoundfast.com, no matter what the industry, can help you out. They're great guys. We personally use them right here for referralist.com. Just check them out. They'll do a free webinar with you. It takes about a half hour. It's 100% free, and the information you will get is unbelievable. They're going to tell you who your competition is, what their keywords are compared to your keywords, and more importantly, what to do to make it better. GetFoundFast.com. GetFoundFast.com.
You still not refinance your mortgage? Well, soon you might be kicking yourself in the head. Rates are at historic lows, so take advantage of our new fast track loan with an unbelievable.
Can you kick yourself in the head?
Why would I want to?
I can. Mark can blow himself. So listen to that. If I could blow, no, I'm working there. So we're over at our friends the Richards, okay? And it was a Christmas party at their house, and they had new carpet or something. so everybody was in socks. You know, there's no shoes on. So I'm in their kitchen, which is hardwood, and there's this lady I'll just never forget. She's from the FBI because I've met her 3 or 4 times. I've never seen her smile in my entire life.
Fucking asshole.
So I go like this. I said, I bet no one else here can do this. And I kicked myself. But I kicked myself so hard I slid. I knocked myself back and I fell on my ass. And this FBI woman just starts cracking up like I have never seen. And like, you know, the other 20 people there have never heard her laugh either.
Not a tee-hee?
Not a tee-hee, not a ha-ha.
A smirk?
Not
maybe,
a smirk.
Maybe.
That's true. Not a tee-hee, not a ha-ha. No, she was so funny, man. I've met her at dinner parties a few times, but she just never seen her laugh.
You know it's a hassle.
Very rigid, you know what I'm saying? She just lost it, though. It's like the first time she's laughed.
She cracked her face.
And I remember saying, now, you're laughing with me, right? Not at me.
Old home once you're all moved out. That means you'll never have to deal with showings, open houses, double moves, or double mortgages. And to make sure you get the best possible price, Orchard can also handle making repairs or updates, so your home is list ready. Joe, a recent Orchard client, said, with Orchard, we got our new home for $10,000 less and got asking price on our old one. Highly recommend. Cabot, another client, said,
You see the steps we have? The first is the warning, then this, first notice, second notice, then you're on. That's what those icons are.
Are you doing the thing? The review or whatever? Did you ask him for a review?
Yeah, I think
Orchard.com. Again, Orchard.com. It's all about the nose.
You know,
air filter, the first line of defense against bacteria.
Doesn't have something for
If too many germs get stuck in your nose, guess what?
You know,
That's why it's so important to keep your nose clean, just like washing your hands. Nasal irrigation gets rid of germs by rinsing the nasal cavity, but many spots are hard to use. And
if it happens again,
now
you won't be able to do things like upload at all or post just one more time for a week.
Yeah,
suspension.
Oh, that's all it is?
You know what was weird? Facebook didn't do that. Remember, they got pissed at both of us.
Are we still off?
Well, we're on, but I can't boost.
And to breathe better, sleep deeper.
It was like one strike, you're out.
Without drugs.
The only thing I did is I put up an article from Cambridge College. No, it wasn't Cambridge.
It doesn't even matter. They don't fucking care. They just have this.
What did you say? You said something. Well, don't fucking say it.
Target and vitamin Navage.
I was fucking touting vitamin D saying. I mean, that's not fucking false information, for God's sake.
I can't believe.
Doesn't it? No, really, aren't you fucking fearful of this country right now?
Oh, just like that. I'm fearful of why the CDC didn't say you should do vitamin C and zinc. I mean, I think that's what kept me and you.
Holy shit.
I mean, we had Doc right there breathing on us.
I know.
Oh, that Havana syndrome was at I guess someone can attack us now by some kind of high-pitched sound or something.
Oh, that's what it is. That's what it is. A lot of people in embassies and stuff, they were getting headaches and stuff from that.
That's scary, thinking they could do that and you just have no idea.
Right.
How about if I could just look at you?
It does hurt me.
The thing that bothers me about the social media thing is you can't fight back. I mean, they're just too big.
Right.
And you know what? They waited to get really big before they started doing this.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
The situation with Michael Brown. Well, the more things change, the more they stay the same. But drive-by shooting happens a lot.
All right, about 10 seconds.
Where during the 1-year anniversary. Let's talk about that too.
Hi, I'm Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I wanted to talk to Bob Logan. I mentioned it earlier in the show, and we have plenty of time for phone calls. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Rains come almost every spring. We haven't had a lot of heavy rains, but one of the things that happen, sump pumps give out. Do you guys handle sump pumps?
We do, Tom. It becomes quite common in the spring when we do get the rains, and so there's a couple ways to test them that I recommend to clients as well. So,
and they do it themselves. They need to do it because I'm telling you, a failed sump pump can cause a lot of damage. Now, for those who's listening, a sump pump is some people don't even know they have it. There's usually a pit made of concrete or something, gravel or whatever, or plastic, and it's where water gathers from French drains or natural drainage, and this pump is then triggered when it gets to a certain height to come on, pull that water out, and expel it somewhere on the property or into the sewer system, and they do it before it can get into your basement or crawl spaces or in areas where it will do damage. So now go ahead, Bob. I'm sorry. Go ahead. How do they test it?
Yeah, that's okay. A failed sump pump can be a disaster. So to your point, it's usually a pit, typically 3, 4, maybe even 5 feet deep, and it's in your basement someplace. So if you have the ability to run a hose over there, you can just start running water down there, and then once it reaches a certain level to kick the float up, it'll kick the sump pump on. If you don't have access to get a hose down there, you can always use like a pitcher or a 5-gallon bucket to pour water in there, and that water level will stay there until it gets discharged. Now, the one thing I want to make sure everybody does before they test it is to make sure that discharge line is in place, because in newer construction, they're all hard piped in, but in some of the older homes, it's kind of like a washing machine where that line is just set inside of another drain line, and they do become dislodged. And you don't want to be throwing water everywhere if that line is not in. But usually that's in close proximity, and you'll notice that once you take a look.
Okay, so the sump pit is usually located somewhere that has a cover or access. And again, you should all find out. If you don't know where it is, contact a builder that built your home, or of course you talk to a previous owner, or you call a professional to find it. I imagine you guys have been called before where they didn't even know they had a sump pump, right?
They do, but it's pretty rare. I mean, typically you can walk around your basement, and if it's a finished basement, it might be behind a door or something. But it's usually it's usually a black round cover that's about 2 feet in diameter.
Yeah.
And you can lift up that cover and look down, and to your point, it's a pit. It's got a pump in it, and then gravel on the bottom, and if it's done with new construction, it's got lines coming in from both sides where the water is being extracted from the foundation and thrown into that pit to be discharged.
So these guys saved my butt one time, man. When we lived in Castle Rock, I had plumb line come out. Occasionally, Tom, I'd turn the water on, and I'd hear this knock in my wall. Do you have any idea what that would have been?
What, you're talking about hammering?
Yes, big time. Like
pipe hammering. Now, I understand pipe hammering develops because of air, right?
It can be air in the line. It can be high water pressure. There's a few different reasons why.
I had a regulator coming into the house they replaced. They got into this little crawl space. This guy was remarkable, man. The plumb line guy was so cool. He got in there, fixed it, never heard it again.
If you can't get in the walls, well, pipe hammering sometimes is from a lack of support, too, of the pipes themselves, but usually that doesn't happen after it's been built and it hasn't been hammering, right? I mean, does it? Do you ever have to open walls to get to a place?
Occasionally you do, because to your point, if it's a support that came loose for whatever reason, every time you're turning a faucet on, you're running pressure through those lines. It vibrates a little bit, and those can come loose over time. That's pretty rare. Typically, it's like you said, you got air in the line somehow. You got which again is unusual because it's a closed loop. And then you can also all of a sudden if your pressure regulating valve goes out and your water pressure goes from 70 or 75 up to 120. You could get hammering as well.
Now, what about these air extractors? If I'm even using a right term, aren't there things you put on the lines that can take air out of lines, like on hot water heat and boiler systems? Don't they have something that, or am I mistaken? Is there something that actually bleeds the air?
It's possible, Tom. If there is, I'm not aware of it.
Then maybe I'm dreaming. I thought there was an air bleed valve. I thought there was an air bleed valve I had on one hot water system one time. I might be thinking something differently, but in any case, what do you do if it's caused by air getting? Go ahead.
There is a valve, like for example, on your irrigation system, there's a bleeder valve that when you drain down the system, you open that up to make sure that all the water's out of it, and then you close it when you recharge that system. But and so in cases like that, you could have gotten air in the line. But you know, if you're experiencing stuff like that, as always, I would say let's get one of our experts out, have them take a look. They'll give you an estimate. It's not going to cost you a lot of money, just the $49 to get to the door. And if you say you're a Tom Martino listener, I'll waive that for you. But get them out to your house, take a look. Cool. They'll give you a free estimate, tell you what's going on.
Bob, do you guys still have that deal where if you sign up, you get like a discount on virtually anything you guys do, and then you help them like either clean the furnace or do something once a year?
We do. That's our VIP service, and it ranges from $99 a year to $396, depending on how many services you have. But like for a furnace and air conditioner, for example, it's $198. Not only do you get maintenance on both of those every single year, but we waive the $49 service fee if you call us out for other services. You get up to 15% discount on other services. You get priority service. So it's a tremendous value, and it gives you peace of mind just knowing all the systems in your home are working the way they're supposed to, and your family's going to be safe.
All right, that's plumlineservices.com, 303-586-1086. Century RV wants to make a comment right after this.
About that, is it about that warranty woman? Oh, we need what?
The rain is simply about a minute.
What were you saying? We took care of them. Yeah. I mean, I was all for them.
As traffic is periodically held back for rockfall mitigation work through there. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, partly cloudy this afternoon, lost about 50 overnight.
You saw the response, right? I'm just so pissed at that.
It's 76 right now in Denver. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Janine LaRose, 630 K.
What were you saying, bro?
I'm just bummed. God damn it. They're so wrong about ROI.
I know, dude. You have no idea.
Plus, I talk about them. I mean, before we were heavy.
I know.
Simply Floors, Inc. is simply the place to go for the best pricing, the best people. Now, I could say the best product, but truly, most major floor covering stores all have the same products. You know, hardwoods, laminates, luxury vinyl tile, carpeting, whatever you want, tile. Now, here's the bottom line. What you really need is good pricing and good people, and you get that at simplyfloorsinc.com, and that's where you make your own appointment. You will love them. Buddy and Karen Mitchell, simplyfloorsinc.com. You've heard me talk about Frank Duran so much you may think he's like a brother. Well, he is. I stand behind Frank, and I know that you will be in good hands, whether you are looking to buy a property or sell a property. He will help you either way. They have teams dedicated to helping you, and he oversees every single deal. He'll also give you free market valuations of your home, the asking, based on his years of experience. It's what he thinks that house will do on the market. Way different than Zillow, way different than just an appraisal. It's based on his 26 years experience in buying and selling. That's Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
If you were talking to him, how come I could hear like every third word?
What?
Okay, so Ray, poor Ray, he's getting hate calls from our listeners.
There's no hate.
A guy, I know, I said he wants to come on. Anyway, a guy even came in and they call in them assholes and stuff. But listen to this about Paula. Listen to this. I didn't know this, but if you live in your RV, manufacturers don't cover it under warranty. He told her that at the beginning, so she bought an extended warranty, but she canceled her warranties. Ray has even sent someone out there to fix stuff that's not under warranty. a couple of times, like her awning ripped because she left it open or something. But he's like, we warned her that if she lives in it, there's going to be issues.
They're not meant to live in it.
Anyway, so Ray, I said, Ray, you want to come on and just settle the dust?
I hope you have time for him.
Oh, I hope so too.
Because I may not have time to go back to,
you want me to just explain to Bob that?
Well, we may. Yeah,
Let's have Ray on tomorrow.
I don't know. Would Ray want to come on? Actually, I can try to get him in, but
we definitely got to get a special out of Bob. He's been on 4 hours.
Okay. I'll just tell Ray, look, we want to settle it tomorrow.
Did you tell him that we were on their side 100%?
Absolutely,
Okay.
I told him.
You know, people do buy them, and they think there's never going to be an issue. They think they roll off the assembly line like a fucking Ford Taurus.
Let me tell you, I thought it was until talking with you guys, and then I had a friend that bought just a whole.
No, they'll always have.
And he had issues.
I had fucking giant.
No, I know you guys.
I had a slide knot come in at Tiger Run in Breckenridge.
That was always my fear, is being out in like another state.
I went through the manual, I found a fucking breaker, and that was it. I tripped the breaker. My leveling system is tied to the same thing as the damn slides. So when I leveled, I was pretty off kill, and it hit the breaker. So when I dropped the level, all of a sudden my fucking slide.
Everybody should know where the breaker is.
Oh, dude. You would think so, but you know how many breakers are on my fucking unit?
They're not in a box?
Yeah. I do have, I have 3 fuse panels and then a shitload of breakers underneath my back.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Is he on or not? Is he going to come on or not? Yeah, he had to know that. Who's on line 2? I might be able to squeeze something in after Bob.
It's the WHO. Who's on line?
I told you, I don't like the Who. I like metallic.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you have like a minute before the next on that.
Yeah, you're all Bob all the time.
Oh, Bob. How come when you're on the show, we always have less time?
He's manipulating time again.
Porn literacy.
Oh, did you see the owner of how do you put this? Whoever started porn, what's the big porn one? There's a huge one. YouPorn. Whoever started
How would I know that?
That's right. Hey, Bob, who's that big porn guy?
What's that place you're
No. So I was reading this article. The guy's a billionaire. He started YouPorn, a billionaire that Bernie doesn't like. His wife, who of course is like, 18, she came out very upset at him, wants him to get, guys in his fucking 80s now, have nothing to do with the porn shit anymore, because sometimes I guess people upload shit that she doesn't agree with, is what she's saying. But it's like, okay, you're married to the porn star who's 80, you're like 20, and now you're telling him what to do. It's just a very odd thing, okay?
She's cutting them off.
I bet there's a prenup somewhere entangled in that relationship. I couldn't believe the guy that started YouPorn's a billionaire.
I don't know if that's true.
It is true. It's true, man.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. I want to go to Bob Logan and find out, Bob, what any kind of a screaming deal or special? You did say you'll waive a call charge if they mention Tom Martino. How long will that be?
If they call this week, I'll go ahead and waive that call charge.
All right.
As far as the screaming deal, Tom, occasionally we'll do $250 off a project, meaning one of the larger jobs. But if somebody wants a tankless water heater,
okay,
I will triple that for the first caller. $750 off a tankless water heater.
Oh, wow. Okay. And by the way, I just want to say Plumline will not raise the price to drop it. It's a true $750 off a tankless water heater. What else?
All of our prices are set in stone at the beginning, so you don't have to worry about that. And so for the rest of your callers that might want a tankless or another, maybe a sewer line or a furnace air conditioner, I'll give them $500 off for the rest of your callers. But the first one that calls that wants a tankless, $750 off.
And the rest $500 off. Now, that's today only. Give them a call. The first caller gets $750 off a tankless water heater. The rest you can get $500 off. That's 303-586-1086. 303-586-1086, plumlineservices.com. We appreciate that very much, Bob. Thank you for being here. Now, by the way, speaking of that, Bob and all of our experts can be found at referralist.com.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino and stay connected with all of us at 630 KHOW.
Not only that, listen, not only is he a billionaire in the porn industry, he dropped out of fucking high school.
Well, okay.
Well, I'm going to buy all